What the heck's auto stop? That's new. And we're live. Save. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, Cody? How are you doing, sir? Grocery store simulator. What? Okay, so you put grocery store, it comes up. You put in sim, it goes away. What's up, Scotty? How are you? Not too shabby? Well, that's good to hear, sir. Grocery store simulator. Now, I am alone. JT is having computer issues, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with PJ, so it is just me, but I am set up for success here. We are... yeah. Conservative. Save. Alright. What's up, the big dog? How you? Long time no see, sir. How are you? And this guy. This guy is awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. You ready for this? Oh, it might help if I get in Discord, wouldn't it? Oh, PJ says he'll be in 10. That was 5 minutes ago. I guess technically I could just start and back out when he gets here. What's up, Husky Clown Gaming? How are you? That guy. It's good to hear, big dog. Ladies, welcome to the stream, Matt. I guess I can give a quick rundown of where we're at until PJ gets here. I really want to play. You can't. So, when we last left off, I think I had just expanded the store, I believe. Hold on. There we go. Alright. I had just expanded the store, I believe. And I went back, I rearranged, I restocked everything. And then I just let it run. And I made like $4 grand. So I restocked everything again. I leveled up. And I bought this little shelf here. I bought one of these as well. These are game changing. I want more of those. I really actually want to get rid of these two and just have like 3 or 4 of these. But I got too much produce in the back room. Look at this. Oh, by the way, I not only did I restock, I completely went nutso. So we have cereal with the oatmeal with the breakfast biscuits. Then we have the bread stick. I should swap these two around. Flour and sugar together, rice. That's new, so I had an empty shelf, that's why I put it there, but I would eventually like to swap these. All our canned goods are over here. We got the bean soup, the cream of chicken soup, the diced tomatoes and chicken soup, some crackers on the end cap here. Back here we have some citrus cakes on the end cap, snack food, chocolate chip cookies. They look like Ritz crackers, but this is cheesy crackers, so I guess like cheesy Ritz, some chips, some more citrus cakes, dog food, Mr. Wash, and then some chocolate cream because I had open space. So, looking good. And then over here, I just put some random stuff that I had in the back. But I would eventually like to get 2 more of these because you know how like registers have that impulse stuff? I would love to have those like here. But I added another register since the last time I live streamed, and get ready for this back room. This is all your cracked open boxes, so non-full. So all this, with the exception of the drinks, are full boxes. 2 of each and everything. So we are good to go. I still have $50 left over. I'm killing it. All right, so we're good for a while. We'll start this up. Then when PJ's joins, I'll back out. But I love how I just got these 2 mean mugging you as you walk in the store. So it's fully automated, good to go. So I don't I really don't have to do anything. That's the best part about once you get these self-checkouts. You literally just don't have to do anything. I'm level 1, still takes so stupidly long to level up. And here you just buy it. You don't have to like do certain things to level up, you just buy it. This game is fun. Me and 2 of my friends play it. Yeah, it is. It's super addictive too.
This is perfect.
But yeah, no, the level up, you just come in here to the computer. And you go to store expansion, store level. My goal for the night is I'm hoping to get to at least store level 8. That's my goal. Try to get to level 8 at least. Which if we sell out everything here, that's at least, that's probably like close to 2 levels right there. One thing I do want to do before we worry about that is there's flags. Holy crap. Alright. I do want to... Those are only 80 bucks. That's cheap. What is it? Yeah, here we go. I do want to purchase this black brick for the outside. It's $400. Oh, I knew I need to do something. But I think the black brick with the black sign look freaking awesome. In my opinion.
Sorry to interrupt you. Word to the wise about the big trash compactor. It's huge.
Well, yeah.
I'm already at level 8, expansion 4.
Good
and
Lord.
I got it. Literally took the whole back corner. So if you're going to get it, make sure you have a big enough area.
Does it do anything special? Because I mean, I'm fine with the dumpster as it is, like it is now.
So when it compacts, I got employees. So whenever they compact everything, it actually gives you a little bit of money. Not much,
okay.
like a couple dollars. If that makes sense.
Just what I was after.
But, I mean, it would take you, I don't know, several times to even get close to the money for it. Like, for it to pay itself off. If that makes sense.
What I was after.
Not hearing the, of course.
This one's on my list.
Not hearing any of the. This is too expensive.
This is perfect.
Exactly what I need.
Exactly what I need. Nice.
Oh yeah, they're liking the prices.
And I will agree with you on the large vegetable little thing.
Mm-hmm.
It helps, especially at level 8, because the more you level up, it seems like the more vegetables you have.
Mm.
Like pumpkins, you can only do like 2 pumpkins.
Yeah, PJ's last night was he had all kinds of vegetables and nowhere to put them.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I've got places to put them, but I also have a crap ton of empty shelves, which I got to figure out how to. I'm gonna figure out everything. Like my back end, I went through my
Giggity.
stocking area. On
What's up,
one
Brandon? How are
whole
you?
wall is nothing but vegetables. Literally, that whole back wall.
Just what I was after.
Ooh, I can buy the brick now, can't I? Customization, exterior, yeah. Did that, it actually set it to that? All right, let's see what this looks like. Even though it's still... What? Did that change? Hold on. Did I just waste $400?
But sorry to bother you. I'll jump back on the
You're good.
stream. I figured I'd give you
did
that little bit of
change.
information.
It's just not as much as I wanted it to be, like, dark black. Oh well, that's better than nothing. It still looks kind of reddish to me. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can start plugging boxes here.
Just what I was after.
Exactly what I need.
Dog food.
Just what I was after.
Nobody's really buying dog food. Cream of chicken. No, should, yeah, definitely get rid of that there. Canned tomatoes.
Nice.
Nice.
Seems quite pricey.
Oh, what was pricey? Pears or onions? Everything else is selling.
Just what I was after. This is perfect.
Can I get rid of 2 beans? Can. Nice. Chops?
This is perfect.
I like the system because I know what's like.
Just what I was after.
Those boxes are broken, so we can easily get rid of them first. Actually, I should. Yeah, 100%. I think I needed one of those. Oh, he was super excited he found it. He was like, "Yes, I found it."
Exactly what I need.
You gonna pick up? No, you're not. Some.
Nice.
Holy, they're wrecking the cereal. Where?
This is just what I need.
There you go.
This is perfect.
Exactly what I need.
after.
Exactly what I was looking for.
This is perfect.
Ah, son of a.
Hi, kitty cats.
This should do it.
How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Exactly what I need.
Yeah, let me resolve that for you, sir. There you go.
Love that right now. Yeah, fat.
Did you just say you're fat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what I was after.
It's just hard. It's hard right now. It's just. I ate way too much Outback.
This is just what I need. Perfect.
Just grunting and groaning. I'm fat.
Yep. Yeah. I ate far too much Outback Steakhouse. And I'm paying for it now.
Exactly what I need.
Did you get the bloomin' onion?
This one's on my list.
Damn straight I did, you know. It's like,
All right, good.
Instantly sat down. She's like, "Can I get you something to drink?" It's like, "Yeah, bloomin' onion, please."
All right, that's all the broken open stuff. Oh wait, we can get some more tomatoes out.
So if you hear a lot of sighing from me, it's just that. It's just be yeah, pretty much. I'm fully expecting that.
That's too expensive. Oh, this one's on my list. Nice. Just what I was.
Dang, got a whole box of chicken soup out.
Yes. Found it.
And when you're ready, just let me know. I'll back out and invite.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes. Found it. This looks good.
I'll close the store and get these people out of here.
Just what I was after.
Transaction complete. Thank you. Swipe your card on the payment device. Remember, transaction complete. Thank you. Welcome. Please begin scanning. Welcome. Please Scan your first item.
God dang, that woman got all kinds of shit. We have long hair in here. We have long hair here, and I was severely disappointed last time I went in there. Didn't even eat. I'd rather go to Cheddar's. Cheddar's is far superior.
Transaction complete.
Although Cheddar's ain't a steakhouse, but the food's so much better than
Welcome.
I'd say Outback and Texas Roadhouse, in my opinion.
Swipe your card on the payment device.
Are these the last people? No, I still got one more sitting in here.
Welcome. Please begin scanning.
That's the last one, right? Yeah.
Swipe your card on the payment. Swipe your card on the payment device. Complete. Remember to take your receipt. Thank you. Swipe your card on the payment device.
Not bad. 917. All right. Let's yeah, quit the main menu. And then invite Peaches. Invite sent. Colton? We don't have those. I've never heard that. Is that a chain?
Huh. Didn't work. No, because it says you're in OBS.
Again?
Yeah.
Alright, let me restart the game and see if it puts it on top.
Okay.
What about now?
Yeah, that's it.
So dumb. I even I hid
It
OBS
is.
so that you can't, like, it doesn't, it's not supposed to show, but some reason it still does. It makes no sense. What's up, Michael? How are you doing tonight, man?
Wait, did that not work? What the hell? It was like trying to join. Try it
Pretty
again?
good, sir.
Yeah, I got that. Play the game.
The servers weren't working. Well, we were playing last night just fine.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Really? Someone did say the servers down last night, but we were playing last night, so I don't think that's an issue.
All right, well, let me quit the game and I'll open it. I don't know. No, it's just like going to a black screen like it would join and then it just doesn't. So that's wonderful.
Try and invite me, see what happens. That's weird. I click play and just nothing happened.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wait.
That's what's...
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just went to the black screen.
Yeah. And then back to... Yeah. Okay. So something's going on.
That's weird.
Store is open.
Well, maybe I'll try back in a little bit, see what happens.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll go until 9:30. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna switch it up. Do some ranch sim or something.
I don't even have that installed. I can install that.
Oh.
I'll
Or
be
do something
back.
else. I don't mind.
No, I'm good with that. That sounds fine.
Sounds like a trucking sim, but
Exactly what I need.
Yeah, you actually got joy if we do construction sim.
Just what I was after.
are you playing on the newest DLC, or are you still playing that Space Shuttle thing?
The newest DLC.
Okay.
Exactly
Well,
what
I actually do have it installed.
Just what I was after.
That's because that's the only game I got on right now, besides Uno and ATS.
Yes. Found it.
Mm.
My list. This looks good. Just what I was after. This is just what I
I did I got a stand for my steering wheel the other day.
Ooh.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I need.
It's pretty nice. Only thing that sucks about it is the little bracket for your shifter.
Mhm.
It is literally right next to my knee, and I've struck my knee on it like 2 times in the few moments I had it all set up.
That's annoying. Yeah, there's there's really no good place for it to go.
Swipe your card on the payment device. Begin scanning. Remember to take
We filled that up. Cookies.
on the payment device. Remember to take your receipt.
Can't seem to find it.
Are people not buying the pear? Oh, they are buying the pears. Or maybe I didn't fill the pears up. They're buying the cabbage.
after.
They are buying the cabbage.
Your receipt. Thank you.
This is perfect.
Peppers.
Please scan your
Yeah, they are. That's broken. Onions.
help is on the way.
God, you people.
Swipe your card
Learn to
on the
weigh your
payment device.
produce.
Transaction complete. Thank you.
That's broken.
Just what I was after.
Oh, we could probably use that whole box of citrus cakes. Jeez, Pete.
Exactly what I need. Why is this so expensive? Exactly what I need.
He complained about it being expensive, but yet he
What I
still
was
bought it.
after.
They
This
don't
is
have
perfect.
what I need.
Grab the yellow one. Man, when it's on the end cap, they demolish it. Arkansas is on the way out. September 16th. Can't wait. Step closer to my home state of Missouri. Boo. I got like 5 years before we even
This should do it.
get close enough to see my state on the map when you're driving. Broken box.
This should do.
This looks good. This is just what
Let's
I need.
toss some dog food out here.
Exactly what I was looking for.
Some impulse dog food buying. Let's see how that works out. Bean soup? Do we have... No, alright. Oh, yeah. They like the bean soup. I don't know what state I'm excited for next. I say Texas. Yeah, Texas is pretty cool. I don't know what state I'm looking forward to. Like foreseeable, like within what's nearby of what we already have. I mean, I'll definitely look forward to my state, Maryland, Tennessee, places like that. Georgia now. But I don't know. I don't know anything like, I guess, past Tennessee that I would be excited for. My favorite state is still Colorado. I think that is the best looking state in ATS right now. That's my opinion. The mountains. Oh, I didn't know our crackers were completely empty. We got them crackers.
Just what I was after.
Breadstick. And I crashed. Oh, man. Man. Oh. Jesus.
Oh, okay. Hit the main menu. Yes. I got invited.
Yeah, I sent an invite. I crashed, so...
Oh, that sucks.
Store is open.
Nah, still having the same problem.
Oh, damn.
Welcome. Please scan your
Oh, son of a B.
swipe your card on the payment device. Remember to take your receipt. Thank you.
I left the game while the truck was here.
Oh.
I came back. Yeah, I lost everything.
Exactly what I need.
This is just what I need.
Just what I was after. Exactly.
Can we get like
what I need.
reimbursed for it? Stupid.
Just what I was after.
This is perfect.
This is perfect.
This one's on my list. Just what
Please begin scanning.
Flour probably definitely has to go out.
can't seem to find it.
They liking that oatmeal too. Jeez.
Just what I was after.
Okay, oatmeal. That's all going to go out for sure. Maybe not. Maybe not the full second box.
Just what I was
Exactly
after.
what I need.
I think we're good on dog food. Yeah. Green apples. Can we put these on here? No. Broken. Apple.
They don't have it.
Yeah, buddy.
Incorrect weight. Help is on the way.
Learn to weigh your dang vegetables.
On the payment device. Transaction.
We need 2,000. Okay, so $500 more, and we can up. Let's see if we can get any dog food out.
This and I'm out.
A little bit.
This and I'm out. This is just what I need.
Okay, green apples are full. About cucumbers.
This, and I'm out.
This. Where are my cucumbers? Oh, over here.
Yes, this looks good. This should do.
Bananas.
Exactly what I need.
Nice.
Just
This is
what I was
perfect.
Avocados.
Swipe your card on the payment device. Swipe your card. Transaction complete. Remember to take your receipt. Swipe your card on the payment.
Alright. Apple. Do I have... Yeah, I'm going to say, do I have grapefruit? Or is that mangoes? Mangoes. Do I have grapefruit? I do.
This should do it.
First item.
This looks good.
Don't think I have any mangoes, though. Apple. Grapefruit. I don't have any mangoes. Son of a... Alright. Probably... Pretty sure we can get some green milk out. Yeah. Can I put... where's... Can I throw these on the end cap here? No. They need to have like small fridges by the checkout for you to put those in. We felt purple beer. Because I have so much of it.
Perfect. Exactly what I need. Yes.
White beer.
Just what I was after.
Exactly what I need.
Cowboy beer. This is... Okay, yeah.
Just what I was after.
Cowboy
Just
beer
what
is
I was after.
running low.
Nice.
Nice. Warning beer.
This is perfect.
Yep. Make sure the registers are good. Definitely need some blue beer, light blue
Exactly what I
beer.
need.
There we go. Green beer. Need some orange beer. And I crashed again. Never give up. Never surrender.
Store is open.
At least it saves when I crash. I guess that's a...
Well, that's a positive.
Wait. What beer am I missing? Maybe? Orange beer. Right there. Have you tried Supermarket Together yet? What's that? Is that a different game?
This looks good.
Try to get some of these broken boxes out. Perfect.
This one's on my list.
Swipe your card on the payment device.
This should do it. Just what I was after. What I need.
I can get this out, but we'll try.
Remember to take your receipt. Thank you. Welcome. Please scan your first item.
Oh, dang.
Complete. Remember to take your
This one's on my list.
Kind of like this game. Nice. Mine crashes like it'll period. I think it's when you get too many customers in the store.
swipe your card on
I've noticed that when there's a lot of people waiting,
Costs.
it crashes on me.
This looks good.
I don't know.
This? I'm out.
My graphics drivers are up to date and everything. That one night it was crashing on us, and then it wouldn't let JT join. And then I switched to which it is on. It's on screen cap or
Perfect.
window capture right now. So that's not the issue.
Nice.
I was doing this earlier when I was in here playing by myself. It crashed like 3 or 4 times, and then it was smooth sailing.
Just what I was after.
This looks good. This is perfect.
Bell peppers, onions.
Thank you. Please scan your first
Where's
item.
my onion? Oh, over here.
Welcome.
This
Please
should do.
scan your first item.
This should do.
Exactly what I need.
This? I'm out.
Exactly what I was looking for. This one's on my list.
But what doesn't make any sense is I can play.
Bit too pricey for me.
Oh,
Just what I was
before we take off that, do we have any over here? No. I can play with PJs for hours and it never crashes. But if I play my own save,
this, and I'm out.
that's when it
Exactly what I was looking for.
starts bugging out. It don't make no sense.
Exactly what I was looking for.
This seems expensive. Costs a bit much. This should do it. I'm out.
I'm out of freaking cereal, ain't I? Nope. I got another box.
This,
Should do it.
and I'm out. Exactly what I was looking for.
Here we go. Store expansion. Store level. Level 7. Yep. So what can we add now? Maple brown sugar oatmeal, granola, blue energy drink small can. We're gonna get small cans as well. Oh, piss. Red app. Don't we already have red apples? Pumpkins, potatoes. Another energy drink. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just gonna have to add another freezer section. Alright.
This is just what I
Exactly
need.
what I need.
This and I'm out.
Buy this shit up. I got expansion to do.
This should do. No luck today. Yes, found it.
Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do
On the payment device.
is add another one here. Like move these down. Move one right here. More energy drinks.
Find it anywhere. This one's on my list.
We'll run down low though. Chocolate cream. Chocolate cream.
Just what I was after.
Can we get these out?
Just what I was after.
No luck today.
Oh wait, alright.
This, and I'm out.
Mr. Wash.
Remember to take your receipt. Swipe your card on the payment device. Please scan.
I want to get the back room completely empty. Well, the exception of beer. Beer's because I keep 2 boxes at all times. So everything but beer goes. That's when we'll shut down the store and we will see what we can afford.
This should do.
No luck today.
Remember to take your receipt.
This one's what I was after.
Please scan your first item.
What's up, C-Dubs? How you doing, man? Can we get some more dog food out?
Oh, this one's on my list.
This looks good.
This should do it.
Yes.
Leave me one can. I see how it is.
No luck today.
Get all that out. Get the sugar out. That's good to hear, sir.
That one's on my list.
Ooh, we are dangerously low on flour. I don't have any more. But rice, can we get this whole box? We can. Nope. We're gonna have one left over. Hey, buy some rice. If only they'd listen to you, that'd be amazing.
Exactly what I need. Exactly what I need.
Alright. So I would like to do, when we close the store down, is I would like to get at least 2 more of these. At least 1 more cooler. And then if we have to expand these shelves, we will.
Exactly what I need.
But I think we might even end up buying 3 of those.
Just what I was after.
Yes. Found it.
Depends on green apple, apples.
This is perfect.
Welcome. Please begin scanning.
Can't seem to
Just
find
what I was after.
Apparently, I have a group chat. I saw they had a voice chat option that was on in the works, which would be nice. Prevent you from having to use an alternative one. But I think I'd still rather use Discord over the in-game, because the in-game stuff usually just doesn't sound the greatest. Avocados.
Remember to
God, you people.
card on the payment device.
Yeah, learn to weigh your shit.
This one's
just
on
what
my
I was
list.
after. Exactly.
I'm about to just plug.
Transaction.
No, I better not plug, because then I'll forget what I had where.
Exactly what I need. This is just
Did I have green apples over here? No, cabbage.
On the payment device. Remember to take your receipt.
This looks good. Yes.
You see what the forklift? Only thing I can imagine is it unloads the truck all at once or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Kind of like the cart, except it holds all the boxes. I would imagine that's what it's like. Again, I'm completely guessing. Oh, we have more bread cylinders.
This is perfect.
I didn't know breadsticks was copyrighted. They had to use bread cylinders. We get some blue milk out. We do not have blue milk over here. Yeah, we can. We should upgrade chocolate. Me too. Or even if they let you just order whatever you want and it comes in on multiple trucks, that'd be great too. Like I don't need the truck full. I just like if I order 15 things and it comes in on 2 trucks, I'm fine with that.
No luck today.
Can't find it anywhere.
Oop, that's the wrong shelf. Guess we can start ordering stuff. So let's. I want 1 more freezer at least. Or, excuse me, fridge. 1 of those. How much is that? $9.50? Let's do 2 more of those and see what we need from there. We got the all-in-one shelf. Can I get one of those? I can. I want to see what those do. All right. We're broke.
This one's on the list. Yes, found it.
Just what I was after.
That would be cool if, like, they expand the truck size to, like, you put it came on pallets. So you unload at the forklift. Or you unload with the forklift. What's this? Oh, I love this. I love this. Oh boy.
Nice.
I'm gonna get another one of those. Alright, we're gonna swap some here in a second.
Why the high price?
Alright, so I'm probably definitely gonna have to move those. I'm gonna get my empty boxes and start moving everything over. So we can get rid of these back here.
This should do it. Why the high price? It's too pricey.
Cucumber. Just put those down there for now.
Exactly what I was looking for. This?
Grapefruit.
Just what I was after.
Come you organize my story, right? Do 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 do. Avocados.
Exactly what I need. Just what I was after.
How much are you selling green peppers for, Phoenix?
I have no clue. 20 cents more than what I'm buying them for.
Okay. They're 86 cents here each.
Alright.
Seems quite pricey.
That seems to have taken care of that.
A bit much.
So now I can sell that. Sell that.
They don't have what I need.
So essentially, this is exactly what I did here. So maybe that's what I should do is
This should do it.
pick all those up. And we're just going to do what we did over here and just sell all these.
This one's on my list. This looks good.
Transaction complete. Thank you. Welcome. Please scan your first item. Please begin scanning.
Just what I was after.
Remember to take your receipt. Thank you.
There we go.
Exactly what I need. Just what I was after. Just what I was after.
Bro, I get 2 of those. Game changer.
Take your receipt. Well, thank you. Please scan your first item.
Oh, crap.
Oh, I didn't mention. Today was a very big day for us.
Oh, they go well?
Yeah. Yep. I had the home inspection and it went really well. There's really like nothing major wrong with it, just stuff that we can take care of over time. And it's like based on that,
Exactly what I need.
we met back up with them in the afternoon, and we're like, yeah, whatever you're offering to sell it at, like we'll buy it.
No luck today.
And they got super excited. So we don't have any like official paperwork, but there were hugs that were had, and welcome to the neighborhoods that were said, and all that stuff. So we're buying a house.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you.
Exactly what I need. They don't have what I need.
Did you question how the net is in that area?
So he's like, oh yeah, like my dad had high speed internet, and I looked at it, it's like one of those old like Verizon boxes that gets like its own like hookup from the outside, and it's just like no.
This is just what I need.
Exactly what I need.
No luck today.
But I'm gonna have my own dedicated office space.
Oh, this one's
Nice.
on my list.
Yeah, not shared with like a gym.
Can't seem to find it.
Yes. Found it.
Welcome. Please scan your first item.
Oh, I like that.
Can't find it anywhere.
So if everything goes well, we'll be in there by, well, it's gonna be a slow transition, but we'll own the place
No luck today.
before Halloween,
Nice.
and then we'll our lease here ends at the end of January, so it kind of sucks. We're gonna have to pay like rent and mortgage for a couple months.
Yeah, let's go.
But it allows us, because we're like 5 minutes away, it allows us to
Just slowly move everything over.
Yep.
Swipe your card on the payment device. Transaction. Swipe your card on the payment.
Next question: has the cat seen the place yet?
Yeah, no kidding.
Just what I was after.
Well, one of the problems that we have is it's like with the split level house.
Costs a bit much.
If we were to put our couch in like
Exactly what I
the
need.
formal living room, like the living room that's upstairs,
Exactly what I was looking for.
the only way you can fit the couch
This
in there is if
looks good.
like the one, because it's like an L-shaped couch, if one of the backs of the couch was facing the stairs of the split level, and if she decided to like jump up on that, her potential fall could be like 9 feet.
No luck today.
So yeah, it's gonna be the only problem.
Just what I was after.
Remember to take your receipt. Thank you. Welcome. Please begin
Right, I like that. That's better. So fun times ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you. Swipe your card.
yeah, and the fact that the place is old as shit.
This is perfect.
Swipe your card.
Just what I was after.
Like everything's original from 1962.
Thank you. Begin scanning. Welcome. Please scan your first item.
I think the appliances might be from like the late 70s, maybe.
This seems expensive.
Swipe your card on the payment device. Swipe
Exactly what I
your
need.
payment device. Thank you.
Just what I was
Transaction
after.
complete. Thank you.
This should do.
Just what I was after.
Yes, found it.
Begin scanning.
This one's on my list. This looks good.
And we're gonna have like the equivalent of Ned Flanders as a neighbor across the street, which sucks
See what I was looking for.
because they're like
This is just what I need.
super funny.
Nice.
The wife of the guy that's selling the house was like, you know, this is like a, you know, this neighborhood is very much like, you know, a middle class neighborhood. You can tell everyone's either driving like Hondas or Toyotas
Oh, I can't
and
get anywhere.
stuff. And then Mark's the guy that lives across the street, Then Mark decided to go buy a Mercedes.
Hey, fuck you, Mark.
That's literally what the first thing out of my mouth is. Like, I'm always gonna just be like, "Fuck you, Mark." Or it's just like, "Hey, your grass is getting a little long." It's like, fuck you, Mark.
In stock, I guess.
Transaction complete.
Exactly what I need.
But we spent the majority of the day at the house, and he was like pretending to go out to his car to like get things, but he wasn't getting anything. He was like 3 times. He was just being wicked nosy.
Looks like they're out.
It's like, great.
That's your life
This
now.
This guy's gonna be sitting there with binoculars because he was just like, "Oh yeah, they have a big bay window in like the formal living room area," and he's like, "Oh yeah, they never used that room."
I was after.
And it's like, well, you'd only know that if you were looking into the house. And it's like, you haven't met my wife, who is going to give you a run for your money in terms of
This looks good.
being curious about neighbors and stalking. So I was joking. I was like, he's going to have a pair of binoculars staring out his window at us. And then he's going to look and he's going to see my wife with a pair of binoculars staring right back at him.
Just what I need. And I'm out.
What I was looking for.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What's he doing? That fucking weirdo's looking at me.
Well, hey, out here in the burbs, we don't have the Boston accent.
This one's on my list.
What are you talking about? It's sweater weather.
I mean, my wife still does, but
This one's on my list.
we're working on that slowly.
Exactly what I was looking for.
I haven't seen any of his TikToks in a long time, and it came up the other day where she
Kevin Cooney.
Yeah, she gets it with the Dunkin' Donuts, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Why are you wearing a hoodie?" She's like, "It's sweater weather." I told my wife, I was like, "I gotta ask PJs if it's sweater weather now." Next time I see him.
It actually has been the past like 3 or 4 days. Like the high's been in the 60s.
It must be very nice, bud. Very nice.
We were like mid 70s, and it got hot again. Past couple
Yeah,
days.
it got hot again a little bit, and now it's like, I mean, the high today was like 72, but it was just humid. So
I say the last 3 days been 80, almost 85.
oh damn, no.
Today was at 65 because of the rain that we had last night. But
Have you seen the video? Because now that I forget her name, his wife's
Exactly what I
pregnant,
need.
and also like way to waste no time.
This is
But-
what I was after.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Oh, I got a story about that between
This
us.
TikTok, this TikTok person, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't know if it's a girl, like call her Charlotte."
Oh yeah, the ad.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's
Like, yeah,
Charlotte.
we'll call it Charlotte, or like
What?
something that we'll call it Charlie for short.
What I need.
That's funny. So my wife works from home on Thursdays,
No luck.
and she spends a lot of that time like calling patients and stuff. And I got back from work, and I was listening to her talk to a patient, and like one of the local branches for grocery stores around here is Hannaford's, that has a pharmacy, and she's just like, "Oh yeah," and she mostly deals with old people now that she's in like cardiac,
This is just
and she's like, "Oh yeah, you can just like drop by your local Hannaford's."
And I'm out.
And I just like stared her down. And she got off the phone. She's like, I know. I was like, you made it through the whole thing. All just in the very end, you drop that soft R, and
seems quite
you
bright.
gotta cover that up. It's gonna be a hard R.
Can't seem to find it. Exactly what I need.
Like Hannaford's. but I've started to do what he does to his wife. We're like, I'm sorry, I don't. If we're going out to lunch, I don't know if this place has clam chowder.
Too expensive. This is perfect.
Good lord.
Not in stock, I guess.
Can you get more of these out? No. Can I throw them up here? Yeah, buddy.
This should do it. Oh, this one's on my list.
Oh, so if you want to hear that real shitty thing about this whole thing, doing it off the market.
This one's on my list.
We signed a contract with our real estate agent.
This is just what I need.
She gets a cut of it, so.
So, like, based on the verbiage, like, there's a couple clauses. So, like, I found a clause that basically, like, if we find it on our own, like, if she doesn't present it to us, meaning, like, if it's not in the MLS listings or if she doesn't tell us about it, that we don't have to pay her. But then there's another clause that's saying that, like, if we come across something on our own, we have to tell her about it.
Exactly what I was looking for.
Which we did. Like, we did tell her about it. But the sellers were very specific in that they didn't want any kind of real estate agents involved.
Just what I was after.
So things are going to get pretty dicey on that level.
Oh, jeez.
This is perfect.
Because she wants to, like, the contract that we signed, like, because we were putting in an offer, like, last minute for the house a couple weeks ago. And, like, very last minute.
They don't have what I need.
And so we signed, just like blindly signed a contract with her, because now it used to be that the sellers had to pay for the selling agent commission and the buying agent commission, and that's the way that it's been forever. But, like, of course, the day after the new
This one's on my
thing
list.
passed, where it's
Yes.
the sellers are no longer responsible for paying the buying agent fees, we signed this contract, and the industry norm's like 2%. And
speaking
she
Dutch to
put
me
her
right now.
fee at 2.5%.
This is good.
So there's a chance that we're gonna have to pay, like, just like we're not using her for anything. Like, we're getting our own attorneys and our own mortgage lenders or brokers and stuff like that. But there's a chance we're still gonna have to pay her 2.5% for doing absolutely nothing.
That's shit.
Yeah. So I have a couple real estate attorneys that's just their offices were closed today, but I have to, like, send them the contract that we signed and just be like, hey, is there any way out of this? Because, like, we'd have to pay her like almost $15,000. And it's like, for what? You didn't find this house for us.
Find it.
I think we're close.
So when
now.
we originally told her on Tuesday about this opportunity, and she's like, oh, that's great, I'm so happy for you. And then she was like, hey, we didn't finish our conversation, we need to talk again on Friday. So we called her, and she kept dropping, like, the contract, there's a contract, everything was about the contract.
Yeah, she's
And
gonna
it's
be a
like,
stickler.
oh yeah, this is how it's gonna be. So I'm trying to find a way.
I think that's all I want.
One of the workarounds to it is if my
furniture right now.
parents, like, technically, like, buy the house and then transfer the deed over to us.
All right.
But we're like, okay, we see your true colors now. Like she's been so great to us. Like, genuinely wanted to help us out. And we've worked with her for what, 3 years? So like we told her, we're like, listen, if we do this deal, like we feel like you should be compensated somehow because you've helped us out so much. And she's like, well, you know, the contract. I was like, uh-oh. This is how she's going to be. Yeah, and I've been, like, nice and polite about the entire thing. But...
You said she's going to get a 2.5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so... hypothetically, since you've been working for her...
No,
with
go
her for
over. Here
3
goes
years,
Mr. Genius.
What would you give her?
We thought we'd give her like 7,500.
And what percentage?
Because
would
she's
that be,
also
just curiosity.
she's supposed it'd be like 1.5 ish.
So she would be getting 1,400.
No,
that would be. Hang on.
no.
Said 75.
Are you trying to
know.
reverse the math as to what we're paying for the house?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what the 2.5 is versus what you were saying, which would be 1.5.
So what she would be getting would be. Hang on.
I'm just curious. That's all.
So how much would she get if
So she'd be getting like around. She'd be getting over $15,000 from us if we had to give her 2.5.
How much would she get if she found you the house?
She'd be getting 15,000.
So same for
it's like 15.5. So the clause states that like, even if there's, if she doesn't present us with the house, meaning like we didn't find it on MLS or which is like the National Realtors listing site. So like every house that's listed for sale goes onto this website that's specific to realtors, and then she shares based on our like we want like 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and like this amount of space and this in this price range. It filters it down, and then we get a daily email from her with those listings. So that would technically be her finding it for us, but like this came completely out of the blue, so she had nothing to do with this. There's a clause that states that like if we find something, we're obligated to like let her know and then essentially like get involved. But like we're not doing that right now, so we're technically in violation of our contract with her.
But she already knows about the house, though, right?
She knows about the house. Yeah, we told her that we found something off market because we felt badly, because we're just like, listen, you've worked with us for 3 years, and like we've talked on the phone for probably like a total of like at least 12 hours. And like she's driven out here from where she is, which is like a 45-minute drive, and she's been great to us up until this point. So like we felt like we wanted to compensate her for something.
Makes sense.
So I don't know how agents up there work.
So it would, yeah. So we were just like, if you want to come on as like a consultant or something like that, like we can, like we want to give you some kind of like compensation for your efforts, but like we don't want to give you like full commission on it.
So full commission
you didn't earn it.
2.5 then. Or is it higher?
No, it's 2.5, which is like 15,500, something like that.
You see, I thought commission around here was like 8%.
No, you will never see a place that's 8%. My God. Well, I mean, it
I
depends on
have to
it
look.
depends on the value of the house too, because like the houses that we're looking at were between like 600,000 and 700,000. So, but like that's not going to get you anything special around here. It sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. Like I don't want to. Like she didn't do any of the work, so like we don't feel like we need to pay her anything. And like we're getting our own. So like she works with
What's up, Terry? How you doing?
mortgage broker and stuff. So like we're gonna get our own separate mortgage broker, and like the broker will recommend attorneys because they work with the attorneys. So we're getting our own real estate attorneys on top of that. So we're trying to like separate ourselves as much as possible from this, so that she can't claim like, oh, you know, I introduced you to this mortgage broker, therefore I deserve X amount.
So the average in Pennsylvania is 5.5.
Yeah, what's the average home price? Because like they got to earn their livings. So I would guess the average home price at
hang
6.5 or at 6% is probably like 400,000. Because even at 1.75%, instead of 2.5, it's like almost 11,000. So like we were just gonna give her an even like 10 grand and of like compensation, like for her efforts for everything else. But like she didn't help us find the home at all. She hasn't done anything, and we're gonna do everything completely separate from her.
Okay, so I said 10%, and I meant I was off. It was 10. It's around 10,000 you pay for a realtor.
Yeah, but what's the average home price? At 6%? Well, I can reverse that.
This is 5.48 is the average for Pennsylvania.
Okay, so that'd be 0.0548.
So if the house is 410, it should be 22,509.
408?
410.
Or 410? Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, great for real estate agents, but that sucks. 22,468. That sucks. But like, so in Massachusetts? I don't know. It's been like this across the country until August. So as a buyer, you don't have to pay that. That's incorporated into like the seller is responsible for paying the commission on both the selling agent and the buying agent.
Yellow.
And then,
Really?
like, yeah. Well, that's the way it used to be.
To be honest, I have no idea how it is around here for that.
Well, no. So that was a national
I
thing.
need red. I don't need red,
okay.
light green, or
Up until
light blue.
like literally 2 days before we put an offer in on a house where we signed this contract.
One of those.
And now the buying people like myself that's buying a house, we're responsible for paying the buying agent fees now. So seller used to take everything or take on everything, and then now the buyer is taking on like costs associated with that. So
your commission rate does not, since that house is technically off market, that does not include the listed agent commission rate, correct?
right. So we get screwed.
That's
They were
the difference.
What's up,
So-
Zach? How
they
you doing, man?
work out well. Yeah, that's nationally too. So that's going to affect all of the numbers that you were just looking up for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because mine includes both those. The buyer's agent,
Yeah.
and then at least.
Yeah. So basically, like whoever's selling it is responsible for paying for like my real estate agent's fee. And there's like a standard, so it's normally 2% is the norm. So like we didn't really,
for
and we were doing this
or buying
for both. It's like a split commission.
Okay.
So they end up having to pay like 4 points, like 4% on top of whatever they get. So if you think about it from a seller's perspective, like they have to sell their homes for a lot more to offset the cost of paying both the buyer and the seller commission, which combined could be
which is good and bad, because
which could be like $30,000. So they have to list the house for a higher price. But us being the buyers, like we're paying for that because they're baking that into whatever they list the house for. So say like they're listing the house for $700,000, and like they're baking in like the 30 to 40 grand that they're gonna have to pay in like agent fees. But now that's not the case.
So you were right about the commission for here. For the total commission is $38,360 for the $700,000.
Yeah, listen, my job is to know the shit inside and out, because like I'm not gonna buy a house without knowing the numbers.
Makes sense, because you kind of have to, because that's $40,000 you could come up with, even though you locked in for $700,000.
Exactly.
House.
Exactly. But as a buyer, like prior to like that changeover in August, like it didn't bother me. Like I didn't care, because like not my responsibility. I don't have to pay for that. Like that was on the seller to pay for it. But now it's like we have to pay
cabbage
our agent, but our agent just kind of like, we put in an offer, like we rushed to do it because we did it in less than 24 hours. So like we just signed whatever paperwork was in front of us, which is stupid, but like we didn't see that she snuck in that it was going to be 2.5% instead of 2.
I might need another
like
one.
We
of these
assumed
rows.
2, because that's what all of
your area is, or
because that's the standard. Like selling agent gets 2, buying agent gets 2, so it's just like split 50-50. So, but now that the buyers are responsible, they can be flexible with their commissions, because like it's no skin off of the seller's back. They don't have to pay for it. So like we kind of got duped, and it's our own fault, but also like it wasn't something that we were going to, like we never expected to be in a position to buy a home off the market. So like we fully assumed that we'd be working with our real estate agent until the end.
Is that better or worse, I guess, in your terms?
In terms
for you to get a house, is it better to be off market then or on?
We got a much better, well, yeah, I mean, like we got a much better deal in the sense that like we didn't have to deal with crazy, like we didn't have to deal with competition. So there was going to be no like, price battle over it. So we weren't gonna, we don't have to overpay. And it works out for them because they don't have to pay like seller's fees and closing costs and stuff. Like they don't have to deal with too much of that. So it's, this essentially never happens. So like we signed the contract fully expecting that we'd be working with our real estate agent in order to get a house. So like, this never happens. Like literally never happens in this day and age. So like considering what we got the
coconut
price of the house at, like
so you actually bought a house then. It's not like a townhouse. You actually own the land too then.
Yeah, it's on almost 3/4 of an acre.
Well, that's good though. I mean,
So I have a question.
Yeah,
This is just
me
dumb.
too.
Okay, it's like a 3-part question, so just bear with me. Okay, so earlier you said you signed the contract for the house,
No.
but now you're real.
We signed a contract with the real estate agent.
Okay, because that's where I kind of got confused of how you were explaining. I'm like, wait, I thought he signed the contract. Now his realtor is saying, you know, all this, that, and another, and it's like, wait a minute, wait, what?
Yeah, so like we've agreed, like us and the sellers, and they live on the same street, which is really nice. Us and the sellers have an official, like, we've locked in the price. The only issue is that, like, we just need an attorney to like write up some paperwork so we can like put an official like deposit in, so that they're not. So there's like some skin in the game. So like we're not backing down and wasting their time.
Okay, that makes sense. Second part. So I need to get you a snapper. Is that what you're saying? Let's ship it up there.
It's a snapper.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, up here.
Snapper.
Up here, yeah, it's a snapper. And yes, the Forrest Gump. The Forrest Gump one would be preferable because it's just the yard's just big enough where, I mean, the house that we put the offer in on that I was talking about a couple weeks ago, like that one, the snapper would not have been good enough. Like I would have needed. I was looking at like John Deere, like 42-inch deck.
That's a pretty good size. What,
mower, because that was like 1.2 acres.
what is it, like the Z-125, I think?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a pretty good.
So,
Golly.
Third part.
this is like a little bit small.
Did I get disconnected from Discord? Hello? I can't hear him. What the heck?
Why you mow?
Whoa, what the heck was that?
What? Yeah, what was that? Hang on.
Y'all
Yeah,
were
literally
talking and it just went
Yeah.
silent. I could see your stuff lighting up and then...
Well, you
Yeah.
kind of like disappeared. It was just me, Kella, and Brandon.
Yeah.
You popped
I
back
think-
up.
Then you sent? No, you didn't send anything. I got a notification through Steam. But that happened to me too. So, because I couldn't hear Matt either.
I don't know what happened. Like all of a sudden, Phoenix disappeared. Then he popped back up.
Yep. Must have been a Discord reset or something.
Anyways, what I was saying.
I hit y'all with the... That's what she said, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, we need to get your PO box so we can send you, clothes to wear while you're mowing.
Yeah, or just like a GoFundMe to actually pay for this freaking thing.
I got you, Snapper. Don't worry about it. I've already contacted a guy down here. That one I sent you.
Yeah. Oh wait, did I see that?
Yeah.
I'm never on Discord, man. Aside from like the nights that I'm streaming and stuff, or joining streams, I never.
No. It was
No,
on
yeah,
your,
you'll ask him a question on Tuesday and you'll get an answer on Thursday.
Yep.
Oh no, it was
yeah,
the
that's
one I
proven
sent
fact.
in Discord DM.
I found your lawnmower. Yeah.
It runs and everything.
Wait, no, I didn't get a link for it.
Oh, I didn't send you the link. I just took a screenshot.
I didn't get that.
You didn't get the screenshot?
Chopped tomatoes.
No, I just have a message from you that just says, "I found your lawnmower."
Chopped tomatoes and
That's it.
cheese crackers.
Dude, it had the picture and all, too.
No, not for me.
Oh,
That's
hang
probably
on.
why I didn't respond. I was just like, okay.
Hang on a second. Stand by. Yeah, right there. Hang on.
Because I think I was looking at 30-inch deck mowers, like ride-on mowers, and that's where I got into Ryobi because it's like I want it to be like big enough, like I don't know.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I was looking at this thing. Oh shit, $500.
Yeah, and it runs in there.
Oh,
I know.
just like the handlebars alone. That's all.
Yeah. I was like, that
That's
was the
all I
night
want.
we were all talking about it, and I was like, hang on.
Mhm.
And I got on just Facebook Marketplace here, and I'm like, I can find like 20 of them right now.
Yeah. So the Forrest Gump one, like the motor's underneath the seat.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're
it's
talking about.
close though.
That was a true snapper there. His was
Yeah.
a true snapper.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you look up the 30-inch deck Ryobi ride-on, like that thing, like it has 5 blades on it. Like
How
even
long are the blades, though?
probably not that long. Probably, I mean, if it's 5 blades, just a 30-inch deck, it's probably like they're probably like 6 inches, 6 or maybe 8.
Might as well just cut it with a weed eater then.
No, man, it's all about the ride-on experience.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the blades are only 6 inches. That's about the same size as a weed eater.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, but then to do a pass, I'd have to do like 8 passes with the weed eaters. So, like, I'm not doing that.
Potato.
Yes, like I could cut an entire, like 3/4 of an acre, I could cut with a weed eater if I wanted, but I'm not trying to be out there for like 6 hours cutting the lawn.
Be making them neighborhood MILFs all jealous.
Oh no, this is a bunch of old people in this neighborhood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like I said,
run that bitch
I'm
without a
essentially
muffler on it.
I'm essentially gonna have like
All the gilfs are going to be out there on their front porch watching them.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey, honey, want to do
Like,
mine next?
PJ's mowing his lawn again, and they're gonna have like a group text or something like that. But PJ's out there mowing his lawn.
Look at him
have,
casting
like,
them
that-
New Balances.
Old-fashioned fanning themselves. Like, my goodness.
I wonder what he's got in that fanny pack of his.
Yeah. It's like, no, that's just my stomach, ma'am.
I got
There
something.
ain't
You
no
can
fanny
tell,
pack.
is
Yeah.
what she's gonna say.
I got Outback Steakhouse in there.
Look at this side, the blooming onion.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
side,
Onion all the way.
Yeah, this fanny pack is full of blooming onion.
Got a little cup holder.
you
too,
get one of
for
them
your-
fanny packs that have like the gut, like it looks like your gut's hanging out, and you just open it up. It's just blooming
even
onion
need
in there.
that.
Just
I don't even need that. I don't even know what that would look like.
Oh no, I can actually
Like
see
a gut
He
on
gets
top of a gut.
He'll get the fanny pad that look off of Grown Ups, where it's got the little tab on the front,
Yeah,
tab, and the damn
yeah,
coat pops
exactly.
out.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% what it'd be. But no, we got. Like, I was telling the story earlier about the wife of the guy that's selling the house. And,
Yeah, I've heard.
Oh yeah,
heard.
yeah. We're gonna have Ned Flanders living across the street.
I was sitting there going, "Yeah, my ass would be the
Yeah.
one with binoculars looking back at him." Just all of a sudden, pull up a middle finger
Just-
too.
butt
Yeah.
naked.
Like
With your
literally every
binoculars.
Butt ass naked, just staying there. Yeah, it's that small.
tugging it.
Sup, Ned?
Yeah. Fuck you, Ned. You creepy bastard.
Yeah, I know. I'd be jealous
I don't
too.
know what's gonna. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird feeling, just like because like these people, like I said, they live like
Do I have 2 boxes?
I don't know,
of
maybe
eggs?
1,000
Get
feet.
one
They're
more
like
box of
6
eggs.
houses down. The people that are selling this place. And so I think like part of the reason they didn't want to do it on the market is because they wanted to like know who they were selling it to, and like
Oh,
for
I mean,
whatever reason they absolutely love us. Like, but like we left like we had very like initially me and the owner, it was like very firm handshakes, just like assert your dominance. And by the end, he was like had a little tear in his eye because it's the house that he grew up in. And Like, and the wife was just like, all right, like gave us hugs. It was like, all right, see you later, kiddos. And it's like, oh, great. Here we go.
And see, that would be my problem. I don't like to be touched, especially hugged by random people. So I'd be like, yeah.
Well, my
no.
problem is that they're just going to see us like they're kids.
Yeah, and they're going to stop.
Well, see, here's my.
So they have their oldest is 21, their youngest is 17, 2 girls, and so they're probably, if I had to guess, like early 60s, late 50s, early 60s.
Jesus, they started late.
I mean, I don't have a kid yet. Damn.
I mean, I don't
I
either.
mean, are you in your
36.
30s? Heck,
I mean,
I'm guess.
I'm gonna be 36 next month.
Old fucker.
I'll be 33 next year.
No kidding.
What do you finish? Are you high 30s or low 30s or mid?
Did you say high 30s?
Oh man,
Well, I don't know who's older out of you two.
fan. Done.
I am.
Oh, you are older than the Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah. By what? A year, right?
Yeah,
A year and a month?
Okay.
So he'd be 34.
Yeah.
I'm right behind Phoenix.
Yep. I'm like, I don't have kids yet, so. Talk about starting late.
Oh, side question for Kitty Cat.
Hmm.
You obviously been to Pennsylvania several times.
I have. Yes.
Have you ever been to Butler, by chance?
Butler?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I've been to Hershey.
Same.
Like, who hasn't been to Hershey?
I've been to. Well, I mean, I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Hershey. I've been to. Where's that place that's by you that starts with an M?
Murrayville?
Murraysville. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if there was anything
That's about it.
up there in Butler I could try for new places or not.
For what?
New places, like try some new food or something.
Oh, no, I have no idea. I think I've heard of Butler, Pennsylvania. Oh, Michael lives in Butler. You can ask him.
Did that come out the front or the back end? I'm asking because it could go
That was
either
the
way.
front.
That was,
That
the
was the
front.
front. Yeah.
That was definitely the front. Sorry. I had a crawfish roll.
Ugh.
I have one of those in the freezer, just haven't tried it yet.
In the freezer?
Yeah, they come in bags now. I've seen them.
What?
Yeah, I got it from Giant Eagle and I just
Like
haven't
one of those
tried
like
it yet.
stir fry bags.
In a way, you put it in a little pot, let the boiling water hit it for like 5 minutes, and then eat it.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like
gotcha.
flash freezed.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm.
Jinx in
Mhm.
Minnesota.
but they also have different ones. They also have low boil, regular crawfish roll,
Dude, I'm still not done ordering shit.
crab, and mussels too, if I remember correctly.
I've had crawfish once and I won't do it again. No thanks.
See, we call them crawdaddies here.
Yep.
Did you ever have catfish before?
Yeah.
Not a
Is
fan.
it actually good or meh?
Not a fan.
Yeah,
The
I
bigger
got two.
It's
The
kind of
bigger-
greasy for me.
it is, the tougher it is. Like, the tougher the
Mhm.
meat. The smaller it is, the better.
Because I got like 5 pounds of that shit. It's like, okay, I don't like to fish for catfish or catfish. Fish for
If,
catfish,
if
yeah,
you're going
that's
to
what
do
I
it
said.
fried, that's about the best way.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what I'm
fried.
gonna try.
Fried catfish is the way to enter the market.
Yeah.
Into catfish. Yeah. Because I've had like
It's not
grilled
bad.
catfish and I was just like, ugh, nah. But I mean, like around here, like our most common ones, like cod or haddock. And
Like, look at where you're at, though.
oh, I mean, we're in the seafood capital of the country outside of like Seattle.
I mean, look at where I'm at, though.
True. Yeah. I mean,
Catfish is like the best thing. That and trout. Good lord, we can get some good trout, some good bass too.
yeah, that's shit. We went down to like the very southeastern tip of Virginia,
Did I order it?
and
Order.
we're like, yeah, and
Yeah.
with the blue crabs with the
Yeah.
with the what is it? What's the seasoning
I
that you
didn't
put
get-
on Old Bay?
Yeah, we
I
use
gotta have
Old
another
Bay
truck
around
coming,
here.
right?
Oh man, I was just like, no, thank
Yeah,
like, we actually
Joe.
we rented an Airbnb and they actually had like blue crab traps
Yeah.
on the dock, and
Yep.
they're like, whatever you catch, you can cook. And like, unfortunately, we caught a bunch, and I was just like, oh no.
I don't care
No.
for anything.
And my frat brother was just like, "Oh yeah, you could have slapped that with Old Bay seasoning." It's like, mm-mm.
I mean, it's good.
I don't really
Just
care for it.
like saute them a little bit, just a little bit of butter. But they're good as heck.
Oh,
Damn.
you could not come down to Delaware and not like blue crabs.
We get
blue
like,
crabs. It's just the
we get.
I
like,
think it's illegal. That's probably why you got that fine on that for the Easy Pass.
smuggling blue crab,
No, they're like
or not,
this.
or not liking them.
This fool don't like blue crab. Rack up is fine.
Yeah,
You know what's funny is you say that. Mom found today at Ollie's, they had some chips with Old Bay seasoning on it, and she got it for me.
I've
I
seen
love
Chips,
those.
cheese curls, you name it.
I've seen the chips with the Old Bay seasoning, but like,
Dude, they're
I don't
good.
like it. I don't like
Dude.
it to begin with.
And you're from the north?
Yeah, that's not a
No,
north.
Old Bay's a Maryland, Delaware thing.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
mid-Atlantic.
Hang on. Where am I? Where is that? That is north.
Where are you?
he's in Georgia.
Yeah, but when you say
I
north,
thought you were in North Carolina.
no, he's in North Carolina.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah, but north,
That's
everything's north to you. But when you say north, you're talking like
There's
Pennsylvania up.
varying degrees of
I would
north.
say north is Pennsylvania, even Delaware, and up
Yeah,
is
like
north.
I'd be from the north.
I'm from the southern part of Delaware.
Yeah, you're mid-Atlantic.
Southern about anything up there.
Oh, by the way, I think I already told you, Christianacare, another successful review for them. Doing very well.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Too bad it's like it's just as far away from me as going up to Philadelphia.
I know. But just I figured I'd just give
by
you
the way,
news.
Pop-Tarts.
Since y'all said where I'm from,
cream.
it's Charlotte. God, I seen that TikTok.
I mean, Charlotte.
It's Charlotte.
Good. Charlotte.
God, I see
He's-
that.
Apparently, if you're up
He's
here,
from he's
yeah,
from
it's
Charlotte, North Carolina.
From
No,
Charlotte, North
not even.
Carolina.
Charlotte.
Yeah, from
I'm
Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm actually almost 2 hours from Charlotte.
Dude says he's from Charlotte, doesn't even live in Charlotte, 2 hours outside.
Yeah, no, it's Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I tell my
Oh my
wife.
God, you know Rick Flair?
He lives in Huntersville.
Do you like NASCAR because you live down there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boogie, boogie, let's start racing.
Now,
He
y'all
doesn't do that anymore.
y'all say that and laugh. My papa, no joke, he used to go to his house all the time.
What's a papa?
Coon hunted with Junior
A
Johnson.
grandfather.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
What?
He used to coon hunt with Junior Johnson.
And by coon hunting, you mean
Yeah, literally. Legit.
Hard R.
right? Yeah. Like raccoons.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the only type of coon there is.
that's not true, Brandon. That's definitely not true.
I'm believing y'all just explained that one to him.
If you can clip that, Phoenix, that would be fantastic.
That's what we call around here, raccoons, coons. I mean,
You can't say that. You can't
what
say
can I not
that.
say? Coon?
Yeah.
COON?
Yep.
Is that a YouTube thing or is that just?
Oh, that's a real life. That's a real life thing that you should have been
Wait,
taught.
what?
Yeah, you can't say that.
Y'all can't say it. We can here because this is
You
what.
still can't.
Please
Actually-
explain, because I would.
Let's put it this way: my in-game character can say that. Nobody else can.
I can't. I'm 1%.
No, you can't.
Phoenix pulls out his card
Wait, what?
right here.
That's an actual thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So,
You can
When-
tell he lives
when
a
my-
shelter life that he does not know.
so
what
when
that
our
means.
cat gets like scared of something and does like you know how the cats, you've seen the videos, they like prance up and down and like arch their backs and they get the bushy tail.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So we refer to that as like, you know, it looks like your classic like Halloween cat because it's like scary. So my wife calls
Okay.
it. My wife calls it the spook kitten. It was like, oh, you're just spook kitten. I was like, you can't say that.
I'll one up you.
What?
Yeah.
Um,
And she's like, why? I was like, you just can't. You can't say that stuff. Come on.
I'll one up you. My
Like,
cousin.
why? I was like, because it's a racial slur.
My cousin had a black lab named Spook,
Oh no.
and it got out, and they lived in
Right, like, have you seen Spook?
They
Like,
yeah,
missing
no, they
signs.
went around a black neighborhood yelling.
No.
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 I shit you not. I was
How
like,
stupid
how
can you be?
did you assholes not
Did
get
you guys-
shot?
Did you guys not get taught that in school?
Okay, you know it. Y'all, you're laughing at that now. Could you imagine doing that here in the South?
I feel like people would give you a round of applause.
No. No.
We're like, who are we shooting?
All the old guys out on the porch. Hell yeah, feller!
Yeah. Why are you looking for that?
I think I seen him over yonder.
Yeah. You know, it's a hard R lover. Get him.
Jesus.
Cares about where they are. You kidding me?
They're all running in, getting their shot. Where the hell you at? We're gonna get rid of them, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, let's find them too. Grab your rifles.
You look at it, he's like, wait, why is all these dudes wearing their bed sheets and following us around with torches and pitchforks?
Yeah, and like
Did we?
you know, AR-15s. Huh?
Oh no.
Nothing. It's just a running joke in one of the group chats.
All right, not this one.
No, God, no. We go worse.
Oh my god.
No. So, anyways, I don't know. You probably shouldn't Google it, but you should probably like get informed about.
Oh, I already did what coon means. It's like,
Yeah,
that's not a thing in Pennsylvania.
from like a racist perspective.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing here.
Mm,
Now, if you go
you
to
say
the
that.
big
You say
cities,
that
then-
now, but
I should say in the countryside, that's not a thing.
in the past,
I'll say
that probably was a thing. So, like, I'm gonna guess that what it means now is not what it meant.
no,
back
it really. Here they actually have a coon hunting festival.
Oh my
It's-
god!
There's no,
Just a fucking raccoon, that's all it is.
You've never heard of a coon hunt before?
You do realize I'm from Massachusetts, which is like
I-
the
I-
second most liberal state in the country. So
I think Delaware holds
we
that
don't
title,
have
feller.
that. No,
So
no, it goes California, Massachusetts, then maybe Delaware, maybe.
Delaware's like little
Pennsylvania.
California.
do you even know what coon hunting is? Or you've just taken it the
I
other?
do.
I mean, I'm familiar with like
Well, my
fox
neighbor
hunting,
does.
so I assume it's the same thing.
So coon hunting, you have your dog, which is either a walker, red tick, blue tick.
Yeah.
Or
And
if
then
you do a
Beagles
four-line.
around here.
Yeah, I mean you can use beagles, but here we mostly use walkers, blue ticks, and all that. Anyways, you let them loose.
Coonhound. Oh man,
Yeah,
beautiful dog.
they are, and they got beautiful mouths too.
Well,
Uh,
Um,
I don't know. Okay.
See, and it's the South. Dog's got a beautiful mouth. It's just how they howl and bark. That's literally how we say it.
Okay. Okay. So that'd be great for fucking. Beautiful mouth. Great for sticking my dick into.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and that's why it's the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, where incest is cool.
Hey, I'm not from West Virginia. We can go ahead and stop that.
Well, I mean, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi.
Not even close to them states, but yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, you're close to Georgia.
Yeah.
Kind of. But anyways, all right, I'm not going to hold it against you. Anyway, so it quote unquote has a beautiful mouth.
Yeah. Which is our term, like when we say a dog has a beautiful mouth, is how they howl or bark.
Mm-hmm.
That
couldn't you say that about like any racial slur though? It's just like that's how we call them because like based on this quality.
Well, the dog who has the better like howl and bark and bloodline,
the
they
bay.
call more. If you get like a thoroughbred walker that has about 4 or 5 championships underneath him, you'll probably spend about $5,000 on that dog.
Oh, jeez. Any dog from a breeder around here is like it doesn't even have to be from like a bloodline like winning anything. Like we're looking at black labs right now, and
I got a perfect name for you.
Oh, jeez.
Just call it Hard R. Like Hard R, get over here.
I think we should take a vote in the chat of what it should be.
I'm okay with that. Yep. I guarantee it. It's gonna be horrible answers, but yep.
I vote
for that. But around here, so if you go to a black lab breeder, they breed to make like either service dogs or police canines, and the ones that they sell off are ones that like didn't make the program, but they're still like around the ones that don't make the program are like around 7,000.
All right,
which is insane. Like that's a stupid amount for
wait,
a dog. But my parents got like I'm all for rescuing, but the like my parents' dogs, they suck. In the nicest way. It's not like they're aggressive or anything like that. They're just like very dependent on each other and they're like very scared of everything. And it's like built into their DNA because they're just like found on the streets in Texas and then shipped up here. So like anytime a plane goes over my parents' house, they freak out.
So they found them on the street of Texas and they shipped them up there.
Well, I mean, like
we sure they're not.
Yeah. I mean, Massachusetts loves the rescues. They're really big into that.
So
most of the dogs. So like anytime there's like a hurricane in like Puerto Rico or something like that, like we always take the dogs from there. We took most of the dogs from Katrina, like find them new homes and stuff. And it's like,
So is that what we're calling it now? I thought that was immigration. That's what I thought it was. Are we calling it rescuing? Are we rescuing them now?
Well, yeah. I mean, like technically, but like I haven't gone through that. I was just like, no. Like I raised those dogs and I did the best I could. Having raised like 3 dogs prior to that, and I was like, nope, No. These guys, they're not it.
Just take them to Home Depot. Change them out.
No, have you seen that stuff with the Venezuelans in Colorado and stuff? That's wild.
Dude, I have no like.
I don't even know how true it is because TikTok is so like
I caught the tail end of
all over the place with like how true things are.
I've seen it on Reddit, so it's somewhat accurate.
What is really happening? Because I
But
caught
apparently the people in Chicago are like they went in themselves and were like, "Nah, if you try to do it here, like you're gonna end up in a grave," and they prevented it. So basically, like, in Aurora, Colorado, they like took over an apartment complex, and we're basically like, "Hey, you're not gonna pay your landlord for rent anymore. You're gonna pay us." And essentially, like, held them in lockdown, like an entire apartment complex, like big.
Just what I was after.
But, like,
Did
allegedly, the police aren't doing anything about it. So, also allegedly, at some point, which I think it was proven false, was that like the Hell's Angels were heading out that way to like take care of it themselves.
This one's on my list.
But they're basically holding these people hostage.
Let's see. Why would the Hell's Angels even want to get involved in something like that? That just sounds weird.
That's the one thing
the police aren't doing anything about it. Is the problem?
Well, the one guy, he made a ton of sense. He's from a different club, and he was like, "There's no way the Hell's Angels would get involved unless these people fucked with one of their own." So
which they may have.
If they pissed off if they fucked with
one of
them's grandmother or something, then that's the only way the Hell's Angels get involved. They're not gonna be like, "Yeah, we're gonna save some people." And he said, "That's not how Hell's Angels work." He said, "But now if one of their grandmothers or their sister or something got fucked with," he said, "then that's when they'll be rolling that way."
Yeah. Allegedly they were heading that way, but I haven't heard anything about it since then because
I haven't seen anything.
The Chicago stuff took over because there were also like the Chicago people because they were like trying to take over a place in the south part of Chicago, which is like notoriously it's just like the roughest neighborhoods to begin with, and it's like you gotta pick your neighborhoods better because these people are like they're gonna stick up for themselves. Like that's gonna be a tough battle.
They're the rejects from Kella. They just went over there. Those are his rescues.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the south side of Chicago is rough.
I've only been to Chicago once. That was good.
Yeah.
No,
actually, never been. Don't think I'll ever go.
I very much like Chicago. Like, I think so. Like, our goal when we travel places is like in the country is to try to go to a new city every time. So, like, we've been to Chicago, we've been to San Francisco, up into Napa Valley. We've gone down to Alabama and Georgia and stuff. And Chicago is like probably one of the only places that I think we have both unanimously agreed that we go back to, but we stayed out of the South Side because it actually is a very nice city. It's very walkable, and there's a ton to do.
But somebody from the South is not really the type of person to be there, though. Go ahead and take.
True. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what your purpose is there. Like, we're going there for, like, tourism. Like, if you have a specific purpose in mind or something like that, then, yeah, maybe it's not the best for you.
I was there on a layover.
Oh, so you were just sitting in O'Hare?
No, I had a 4 hours, so I actually walked the town.
Exactly what I need.
Oh.
really good on not doing that ever again.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever logged 13 miles of walking in one day.
You been
Sounds
here
like,
yet?
No. One of our things is to go to Charlotte.
You ever make it down here, let me know. I'll tell you the restaurants you need to go to in there.
If we ever go to Charlotte, I'll definitely let you know.
Because I can go ahead and tell you now.
I feel
Valentine.
like we need to meet up at some point.
Yeah. Valentine is like the rich area of Charlotte. But if you go to the north or the south, yeah, you better be strapping. Just going to go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Well, part of that trip's going to include a required visit out to Wilmington.
Yes.
Because of whatever that stupid show was.
There's they filmed like 6 or 7 shows in Wilmington.
No, it was the one when we were growing up.
I think it's where
One Tree
CW's
Hill.
from.
One Tree Hill.
Wilmington?
I think that's where
Yeah, wasn't
CW moved out to.
Wasn't it around there?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Wilmington or Winston. No, it was Wilmington.
Okay, Winston-Salem is 20 minutes from my hometown. And I can go ahead and tell you now, do not even go. Go ahead and mark that one off your list. You've been there. Don't even do it. It has got really, really bad.
I mean, on our journeys, we've been to a lot of sketchy places. So,
I went
don't
through
think-
Baltimore on the way back. My dad took us through this neighborhood. It was like liquor store, gun store, fried chicken place. I was like, where the hell are you taking me?
Well, apparently, you need some liquor and some fried chicken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my last time out to, actually, not the last time, the time before last, of like going out to Michigan, like my dad was just like, hey, like, you want to see what Detroit's all about?
Fuck no.
That's where he grew up, because my dad grew up on 9 Mile.
Oh.
And, like, just across the tracks. And he's just like, took me past his childhood home and then like the neighborhood, and I was like, oh shit. He was like, it was a lot better back then. I was like, yeah, I'm sure it was, because it was like, you know, like the early 60s, and it was like still booming from like the car
Why is this so expensive?
era and stuff. But like we literally saw a guy driving down the road on a steamroller as his mode of transportation. It was like every other house was burnt to the ground.
Just what I was after.
And it was like, we're not getting out of the car. We're not. We're driving through this.
Exactly what I need.
We're not stopping in downtown Detroit. And I was like, okay.
What I was after. Just what I was after.
Like,
Yeah, 'cause
that's probably the sketchy.
Why
That's
is
probably the
this so
sketchiest
expensive?
place I've been. Like, just a dude, like, you know, not the steamrollers that have like the roof over it. And it's just like open face, like a smaller steamroller.
Exactly what I need.
And he was literally just cruising down the street as like that was his mode of transportation. It's like, oh, okay, you definitely stole this from like some paving company. And
Talking about after, like a smooth drum.
yeah, it's still got like the front and back
Yeah, it's just one.
drums. And like the front one's full of water normally, or the back one's full of the back one's full of water normally.
Yeah, those are
And the
called.
front one's just okay.
Transaction
Because that's what I used to drive working for the DPW. So I saw it and I was just like, oh shit, I know that thing.
Yeah, they're used for like
I just like driving down the middle of the road doing like 5 miles an hour.
if you're lucky.
Yeah. I doubt that drum was filled with water. So
Boy, and that's one bumpy ride too. You hit a rock
yeah.
or asphalt. Boy,
Oh
that-
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I used to pave sidewalks with that thing, and
Ugh.
Just
I
what
was like,
after.
oh man. Like there was a reason, because there was, the funny thing is like, because I was just there as summer help, like they would be like, does anyone want to drive the roller? And I was just like, hell yeah, I've never done that before, I definitely will. And they're just like, okay, have fun with it. None of us want to do it. And I was like, why wouldn't you want to drive a roller? Like, this is freaking awesome.
You found out.
And then yeah,
You
yeah,
found out.
because you run over a little rock, and then it's like the whole thing. She's like, dun, 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 dun.
And it's so loud. Oh my god,
It
it's so
is.
loud.
Well, I mean, I was just listening to Taylor Swift back then, so that was good.
You still are. Let's go
So
ahead.
he-
No, I'm not.
So it was perfect to drown out the noise of the music.
Yeah. No. That was back then when Taylor Swift was still country. That's what. High school. This is 10 years ago. At least.
I reiterate my
15
statement.
years ago.
Whew.
No, it's just like, oh, you want me to roll this entire sidewalk? Like,
Transaction complete.
See, and that's
yeah,
weird.
it's a mile
Were you-
long? Absolutely.
Were you paving sidewalk? Because here
Yeah.
we do concrete.
Yeah, so most states do concrete sidewalks, and a lot of the states outside of New England do concrete highways.
We still got
It's like
highway.
Michigan does concrete highways, and
To me, they're a lot better.
Exactly what I need.
yeah. So the reason that they switched over to concrete highways in Michigan is because of World War II, because they transitioned all of the car production plants over to like tank production plants, and they had to move the tanks down. So they converted everything over to concrete because it's more durable than asphalt.
Which
But
it
around
really
here, it's like,
is.
considering like the winters and the expanding and contracting of pavement in general, like you'd think they'd do concrete, but it's just so old that they won't.
On the payment device. Remember to take your receipt.
So they just fix it with potholes until the time that they can be like, okay, we can replace this whole road. Like the amount of coal patch that I used working for the DPW,
Coal
where you
patch
just, like,
doesn't work.
rip open a bag and fill in potholes, and it's like you know it's going to come up the next time you're plowing.
Exactly what I need.
You're like, this is going to get ripped up
What are you
first
talking
time you come by with a plow.
Like 20 minutes after you put it in, that crap comes up.
Exactly
Mhm.
what I need.
Yeah,
It
but that's
does-
what they. I mean, that's the quick fix. Is you just like rip open the bag of coal patch, reach in there with the shovel, throw it
Oh,
down there, tamp it,
It's too much for me.
We-
and
they cut it
That's
open,
good for the-
put a hole, and
it's good for the summer. So, like, it just sucks in the winter because,
This is perfect.
like, me as a plow driver, like,
Just what I was after.
I know the roads that I had coal patched. Now it's just like, oh shit, like this is all gonna get ripped up, and like, sure enough,
driving
you
down the
get
road.
ripped. Yeah, you just get ripped
there's
up.
Found it.
Yeah, you hit a hard thing because like our springs suck on our plows, so it's just like, oh damn, you like feel it right in your arms. Like, yeah, that's some coal patch that I just hit.
Think we should go back and fix it?
Just what I was after.
Well, the problem is, like, I mean, the town that I was for the DPW that I was working in, they're all so hoity-toity that like immediately following a snowstorm, they're like, "There's potholes." It's like, well, they were filled.
They're just now on the side
They
of the
were
road.
filled. It's just,
This should do it.
you know, the compact is now in snowbanks. I'm sorry.
It's just what I need. This, I'm out.
So I actually found a job because I'm pretty sure my job's getting outsourced in the next year.
Swipe your card on the payment device.
I found a job as like assistant highway director at the DPW in the town that's right next to where we're going to be living.
Exactly what I was looking for.
And it sounds like a nightmare.
This one's on my
It sounds like a culmination of all the jobs I've been laid off from.
Just all right. Here you go.
Like wrapped into one. Yeah, but the only thing is that it's government. So like that's not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. I've already done my government work for. Yeah, I'm done. I'm about when my contract comes up, and they ask me to renew it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Like we had some serious inquiries into our department. They're just like, what do you actually do on a daily basis? And I had to sit there because like I'm the most competent person. Half of our team's in Costa Rica and doesn't really speak English, and they're just following work instructions. And then the only person here doesn't speak English as their native language, and they're just constantly confused and just ask me questions all the time. And I'm just like, I told them everything that we do, and I was like, I feel like this is going to end badly. And then last week they just announced that they were moving. We only have like 3 departments here, and the rest of it split between Costa Rica and Minnesota. And they announced that one of the teams that only had 2 people in the department in Massachusetts was like, they're getting laid off, and it's moving down to Costa Rica. And I'm looking at our department, and like, we have a manager, and then we have 2 people here, and then 3 people down in Costa Rica. And I'm just like, the next thing that's going to happen is like, it's us. Like, we're going. It's going to happen. So I was looking at jobs, and I found this like assistant DPW director.
Is it okay? That's what I was going to ask. Is it state or actual government?
So it's state.
Okay, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, like what happened this year, whenever they didn't turn in their budget, or well,
So
they did.
we're responsible for the budget.
Oh no! When each year they have a financial budget for the military, and Congress agree. I didn't get paid at all.
Well, yeah, you're also subject to like furloughs and stuff like that.
Nope. I was still contracted, so they couldn't break my contract. So they had to keep me employed, but I could not get any pay because they haven't agreed upon it.
Right, yeah, but you got back pay.
Yeah, okay. I'm still waiting on it.
Yes, well, yeah, like pending litigation and all that stuff. Like, yeah, but you are owed back pay. Listen, I went into healthcare because I was just like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, this is the safest industry to be in right now because like healthcare is so huge with the aging population and stuff. And it's like, overall, yes. However, like, my job is so insignificant in the scheme of things that like saving, like $500,000, they're just gonna be like, yeah, we'll just like move this over to Costa Rica. Why not? Like, you guys don't do shit anyways.
So you know what I do?
Yeah.
But on base, we actually have 2 ambulances. Well, we have a clinic. Technically, our ambulances are supposed to respond on base. Yeah, they're like, nah, it's going to save us money, so we just outsource it to the county.
Right.
And I'm sitting there going,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but now they're pushing it back, going, well, we need to have our own vehicles respond on base. I'm like, so how are you going to staff this?
This is just
like, now they're like, oh, well, you have enough personnel. We can just do basic, take them off base, meet up with an ambulance off base, and just hand them over. I'm like, that's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Well, it depends. I mean, like, what's your closest like level 1 trauma hospital? Because HCA owns the majority of the stuff in Tennessee because they're based out of Tennessee. So they're probably going to own the majority of it.
The closest level 1 is every bit of 20-minute drive by ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
On emergency traffic.
And then do you have like third-party ambulances, or are they through?
Nope. Like, okay, so the state of North Carolina works this way. Every county,
we have like third-party contractor ambulances.
We do here, but they're for like transporting from nursing homes to doctors' offices or nursing homes to hospitals, stuff like that.
Got it.
But yeah. Every county
can be more like sheriffs.
Yeah, here every county has their own EMS system, so the county owns this.
That's how it is here.
So it's state funded.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have
Oh, it's completely
It's-
privatized here.
we have,
Wow.
and local government. So like here, my hometown, when I was a paramedic there, it's funded by the county, but we can also get grants and stuff.
That's insane. I mean, personally, like that's the way it should work.
Oh,
Like-
I love it.
It does because we have privatized. So there was a company that came in probably like a year ago now, and they put in a building on like the main street in our town, and it's like a 2-bay building, and they just like set up operations as an ambulance
See,
company. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But they handle everything that's in the area.
like
But it's privatized.
let's say you have all your county ambulances tied up on a call. Well, the rescue squads, a lot of them are set up to where they have a tray at the EMS stations. They'll put the tray into the ambulance, the rescue squad's ambulance, and they'll make them as an ALS unit. And if
Which
keep them
makes
at
sense.
S unit, have to put the tray in, but the rescue squads can run the calls. Like here, the third party ambulances, if the county has a contract with them, like, hey, all of our trucks are out, and even our surrounding counties, they're kind of tied up, they'll bring them in and pay them like a little bit, but it is very, very rare that ever happens.
That makes sense because for the longest time, so like our fire department, for the DPW that I worked with, like they were just purely volunteer, so we didn't have any like dedicated firefighters or anything like that. It was just volunteer basis. Anything that required
they did away with all that for the simple fact of the mutual aid agreements that you would have to have.
Yeah, so that's
Now-
what happened with this is they kind of not really, but they actually bought an ambulance, like the town bought an ambulance from auction and then upgraded it to where it needs to be. So instead of calling in a third party ambulance, which is like Atlantic Ambulance, instead of calling it an ambulance, they had their own. But the people that drove it and like provided care, they were still volunteer firefighters, but they had to have like advanced qualifications in order to do that.
so how it works here is each fire company, well, it depends on the fire company. Like the one just south of me doesn't run ambulances, but like my town has 4 ambulances and they cover that area with Greenwood. So like it depends on the fire company.
so they
But
pay
then we
more,
have
but-
county EMS, which is run by the county, which will respond to all medical calls as well. And the only one here in the southern part, I don't know how they work up north, but in the southern part, the only only city that has privatized ambulances is Dover. They were St. Michael's?
Yeah, it's like all third party.
Hospital was doing it, and then they were like, we're not making any money off this. We're not operating in the red anymore. So they terminated their contract, and then now they're paying ambulance or something like that. Ambulance or something like that. And
so like third party is becoming more popular.
well,
Let's
no,
see.
that's the only one that's done it so far. There's no other ones. The only one that the fire company does not run the ambulances is Smyrna, and that's through the American Legion. The American Legion runs their ambulances.
What's the one that's big west? That big EMS company that's out west. What is it, like MOK? No, God.
I have no idea.
You see them in LA and like
I handle the Northeast of my portfolio, so I don't know.
This is just what
they're getting
But I know about all the other like ambulance companies, and then like which towns and which hospital networks have their own
God damn.
ambulances and which ones do it third party because I look at their expenses.
Hang on, now you got.
No, for
You
Massachusetts,
look at
it's mostly third party. Like rarely,
what I need.
like I don't think MGH has like their own ambulance. I don't think so, except for like med flight stuff. But that's, in my opinion, that's like separate. That's their own thing.
Yeah, the only
But
hospital that
around
has
here,
their
it's all third party.
the only hospital that has their own ambulance here is Nemours.
Yeah.
Well, here we have like the major
Yeah, Christianacare doesn't even have ambulances.
No.
the major hospitals, you know, like Duke and UNC and Wake
Duke University
Forest.
Medical
and-
Center.
Yeah, all of them have like their own ambulances. Now they're just critical care where they can transport, you know, a patient from one of their like little hospitals, small hospitals, to like the major one.
Yeah,
or-
inter-network transfers, which is a common thing.
But they also
They don't have their own they don't have their own like EMS in terms of like first responder.
actually they do. Here
Oh,
they
they
have,
do?
yeah, they have contracts where they can respond. Like if they have, let's say,
That's pretty cool.
Duke has a clinic in Hickory, North Carolina. And
Hickory?
Yeah, Hickory.
You
in
could just make up
Catawba.
whatever town you wanted at that point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Blanchard.
And Catawba's all tied up. Well, Catawba can contact Duke and say, "Hey, can your ambulance, you know, respond to a couple calls for us until we get our units untied?" And they can do it.
Yeah. I mean, like every ambulance company has like a backup network and stuff.
Yeah.
So
technically,
that's a given. So like around here, like I said, it was like Trinity just like moved into a 2-car garage essentially with a room over it for them to hang out. But like the highway that we live off of is probably one of the most deadly in the country. I mean, we've already had probably 25 fatalities.
and I stand corrected. The only agency here that has their own EMS is Greenville Fire Department.
Okay. Yep. You
But
do stand corrected.
The county still runs calls with them, and the only
Sure, that's only from like a dispatcher perspective. Like they are distributing the calls accordingly, and it's kind of like a tow truck service, you know. Like they'll handle everything in house if they can, and then once they can't, then they're gonna be like, "Who's first up on the list?"
Well, see, Greenville tried to like change that because they've been well known. Like everybody here, Phoenix actually probably know what I'm talking about. Greenville Fire Department, they bought engines and converted the engines on the inside to carry a stretcher. They're called the fire.
Oh, those ugly fuckers.
Yes.
That's stupid. Like the old rescues that they transfer into.
No. They are literally fiery engines.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, yeah. I know what
the
you're talking
full-blown
about now.
pumpers
Yeah.
with boxes on the back.
Yep.
Yeah. They literally did that to help with their ambulances because they were trying to pull away from the county, and the county was like, "Okay, cool, do that. You're still going to need us." And sure enough, they still need them, so they stopped ordering
Jesse,
them
how
trucks.
are you, man?
Which, thank God, them things were goddamn uglier than holy Jesus. Oh, and about worthless. You can't transport a patient in that. There ain't no way you can transport.
Holy Jesus was the 8-pound 6-ounce big Jesus.
Nice. Exactly what I was looking for.
So it wasn't uglier than that. It's 8-pound 6-ounce beautiful baby Jesus.
You know what? He was beautiful.
Step brothers.
What if baby Jesus was butt ugly?
You know what? He's still more prettier than I am. Okay, just saying.
I don't take much.
No, it really don't.
I was waiting for a fuck you.
No, it really don't take much. I'll agree to that.
I think the same is applicable for all of us. So
Yeah, no, 100%.
we're on
I
the
think
same page.
I think a donkey's ass looks better than me, but that's besides the point. But yeah, that's the only one. So like every time I see something from up north about like the fire departments like having their own EMS system, it just it really fuddles me.
Yeah,
That's how it is here.
It's not. It's really not a thing. So I think, like the DPW that I used to work with, like their fire department, especially being all like 100% volunteer.
Y'all's state has their own fire department. What?
Should do.
No, so it's technically everything is third party, like we talked about,
Okay.
except for the town that I worked at for the DPW. They bought an ambulance on auction
Oh.
and then
well,
trained their firefighters to become paramedics. And like the hospital's like literally it's like 5 minutes down the road. So like
Do you
they were
know-
sick of having to wait the extra time to have like Atlantic come in and do that because they're based out of I think like closer to the city. I think they're based out of like Somerville or something like that. So like it was a drive for them to
Perfect.
get out there. So no matter what, like the wait time in order to get someone to the hospital through a third party was like 20 minutes. Like it was aggressive. So they got their own.
the EMS system.
Yeah. So they just got their own and then they offered incentives to the volunteers of like, hey, if you want to qualify for like a
This looks exactly.
ALS or BLS, like we'll pay for it. So now there's like
Like every
the
day.
guy,
We're
yeah.
just
So the
saying-
guy I used to work with, like he's not qualified for anything, but he just like
That's what I was after.
This looks good.
driving with sirens. So like he'd be the first person there, and he's just like hops into the driver's seat of the ambulance. He's like, "Let's
Just
go."
what I was after.
Oh, so he's the dedicated driver.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. He's the DD.
Lucky bastard, trust me.
Yeah. So he's not. Like,
Done medic. Done
Yeah.
being. As soon as I contract done, I'm letting that bitch go.
yeah. So he's
Yeah.
not like qualified in anything else aside from driving that. And it's like an E350. So like you don't need a CDL for it. So
Hell yeah, put it to the floor. We
Yep.
can make bastards go over 100. Trust me, been there, done
Yeah.
that.
so like the last 2 years I was working there, like I was partnering up with him because he's a piece of shit. So like I was like my job was to keep him on task. And they're like,
God dang.
we know that you're just like a recent college grad, but you can stay in charge of him and make sure he gets the job done. And I was like, okay, fine.
Just
And
keep-
then anytime a call would come in, he's just like, oh, they need EMS, so I gotta go. And I was like, okay,
Just
Fine.
what I was after.
go.
Pulls out a drive or a parking lot,
So
off as it goes.
he was literally just a driver. Like,
And see,
it's like, fine.
that's weird. Like here, like I said, the counties have their own EMS system, so they don't have dedicated drivers. The only
Yeah.
time, like you'd be considered a dedicated driver, is a lot of times you'll have a paramedic and a EMT, either a basic or an intermediate. I think they're doing away with the intermediate now.
Yeah, they are. Either
So,
BLS or ALS.
yeah, well,
Most people
L-
are doing ALS now.
ALS is just the unit type. ALS and BLS is just the unit type. BLS is either you have two basics on the truck, or
Well, no, ALS can administer drugs. BLS can't.
see, okay, that's where it's different here. Like if we say ALS here, that means on that ambulance they have a paramedic. So
Right. Yeah. So you have to have at least one paramedic for an ALS, and then but they are able to administer the drugs versus the BLS they can't.
Yes, like here, like I
So
was-
that's the difference between like a paramedic and a medic.
you get a call, and a lot of partners, me and mine, we used to rotate calls. And when they put me with a new guy, and he was a basic, didn't matter whose rotation it was. If it was required for me to be in the back, he would have to drive.
Yeah.
Now that also flipped when it was calls that I didn't have to be in the back, and he had to be in the back, or something he can learn and he can do in the back. Hey, buddy, you in the back. I'm driving.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, I think at that point it's just like based on your qualifications, like who's going to be in the best position to help the person out.
And medics get shitted every time.
Yeah.
Find it anywhere.
I always thought one of like the coolest things to be would be like a nurse on like the air flights, like medevac.
I've heard mixed things. I've heard some nurses.
I think it'd be the coolest thing ever.
I mean, I've flown in a couple of them, and the flight nurses, they're good. They're really
No,
good.
they have to be the best of the best.
Yeah, but it's like they take away like their knowledge. Like they don't know much about how, as I put it, as the street. Like you're just focused on, oh well, this is the hospital, hospital standards. This is how we go.
Yeah, but your job is like taking someone that in the most extreme condition and stabilizing them to the point where they can get to a hospital. So like they're going to be dealing with the worst of the worst.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's different there, but here, no, we're the ones stabilizing them. The flight nurses come, they're like, yeah, we can put them on the chopper. Okay, well, can we?
Yeah, but they have the responsibility of stabilizing the person on like essentially. I mean, it's the same thing as like someone that's like ALS working in an ambulance. That it's like a.
Trust me, I know. Trust me.
A car crash where they're just like not stable, and the people that respond first have to get the person to a point where they are able to be transported. So like not even responsible for stabilizing them, just getting to a point where they're able to be transported.
Yeah, here that's us. That's literally us.
Yeah.
They are the
but these people take like you hand it off to them. Like but like you're gonna do what you can, but it's gonna be as quick as possible. Like you're not there to like solve the problem,
Oh God.
You're there to just like set them up for transport. So these people, I'm just saying, like those people have to like keep them alive during the entire transport from incident to the hospital, and you're also in a very confined space, and you're also like several thousand feet in the air. I just think it's dope.
Let's see here. Okay, best way I can explain. So we had a GCW, self-inflicted GCW, in the head. Well, yeah, I start my procedures, get them in the ambulance, get them moved up to the flight line, for them to get flown out.
Yep.
Flight medic comes over. He's like, "Yeah, we can't take him. He's not stable." And I was like, "All right, what do we got to do to stabilize him?" He's like, "Well, you need to do this, this, and this." And he just stood in the back of the truck, and I had to do it. And I was like, "Okay, are we good now?" Like, yeah, we can put him on my stretcher now. So we put him on his stretcher, and we literally had to push him to the helicopter. He didn't touch the patient not one time. He jumped in the seat
because their job is maintaining the passenger during the flight.
Yeah, but
that comes with its own series of complications.
I guess my problem is if you're going to be higher than me, especially a flight nurse, you're supposed to be higher than me. You need to put it like.
I mean, technically, they're not higher than you, like in terms of rank. It's more. They're more important than you.
More medical knowledge. If you have more medical knowledge, like you're supposed to as a flight nurse, I would want your hands where my hands are. If that makes sense.
That's my wife always told me. She's just like, "Oh, you'd be so great at that," and I was just like, "No, like I'm not gonna have like the medical knowledge. Like my wife is. I've never met anybody that is smarter than her in terms of medical knowledge. Like she knows everything about everything, and she's just like, "Oh, you could definitely do that." And it's like, no, I would just sit there and piss off a bunch of people because.
Oh, it is hard not to. It is extremely hard not to.
I'd just piss off everyone. Like, could I retain the information? 50-50. But, like, for her, like, she'd be great at that. But.
See, me?
For me, I think it'd be, like.
I'd rather do.
Yes, job, but, like, in terms of, like, if you and I were to interact, I would be like, hey, yeah, just continue doing what you're doing. we just got to make
Not my
sure that
fucking
they're
problem,
stable.
bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just got to make sure that they're stable before they, head on to the helicopter.
I'm hands off till he gets on my chopper.
And see,
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, "Dude, you gotta fix this. This isn't good enough for them to get on here," which is what they probably say.
Oh,
and
actually, I had
for me,
one.
I'd just be like, "Hey, if you could just like get their blood pressure to like around here, then I feel like that's probably the point that we'd be able to transfer them." So like, not like you're doing anything wrong, okay? Like, I really
You
appreciate.
could be
everything
very
that you've done.
condescending about it.
Oh, I can, dude. Do not say that to me because I look at you straight in the face. But then, god dang, you're going to be the one over here. You know what? You get them to that pressure. Let me know how that works out. I'm going to go out here and start my report.
That's what I was after.
Okay, if that's how you're gonna act, then all right. The way I'd act would be very different because that's how it would start off.
I
And if
mean,
you'd be like that, I'm gonna be like, "F you, this is your job. Figure it out, and then give it to us." Because our job is literally to make sure the person's stable from like loading them
size
into the
4,
helicopter to
lovely.
getting
I
to
feel
the
like we could
hospital.
do
So,
store
like,
size
if you can't
4,
figure that
how
out,
about we
how to
stop
stabilize
playing
them,
room?
it's not my
Maybe we
problem.
Just do. Yeah, let's do store level 8.
And then you failed, not me. How do you like that?
We still have all
Yeah,
this room
that's-
for activities.
so I can start my report now, right?
Nope.
I
Mm-mm.
hate it. I hate being a medic so much. Like, honestly, it is. I'd rather do rescuing. Actually, I'd honestly rather be a hose monkey than I would be a medic.
I know. I was looking at. So I was saying, well, I took the police exam in January, and so the same town is actually hiring again.
You failed the
Hey.
fire. That's the only
What?
reason.
No, this would be a police officer.
Yeah. The reason you're becoming a police officer because you failed the fire exam.
Facts.
Okay. I don't want to be that. Sitting there just
Everybody
like
knows
making
the only
meatballs for
time the
everybody,
police
and then
people-
going out on stupid medical calls.
I like
just
apples.
so you know.
Well, that's cool.
Trust me. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you
like
on.
the guy that lives 3 units down from me, because we live in townhouses right now, he has dementia, and out of boredom, he would call 911 and say that he was having an issue.
Wow.
So every single time the fire department would come out, and it's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we got them Franklet flyers.
Yeah.
We
Exactly. So now there's I think he's gone now, finally. I think he's gone. But
Noodles.
not the point. I just,
Let's
I
do
don't
noodles and
like,
rice
looking
on
at
this
like on
side.
patrol live, like the amount of times the fire department shows up to an event where they're just not needed, I feel like I would just be constantly pissed off.
welcome to the fire department.
Because like this is not a fire. Is this a fire? No.
No joke. Welcome to the fire department. That is how we
Yeah.
feel every day.
Or
Running
like with the police, it's like
and
you
the
know,
one
99% of the time you're going to be called to like a domestic where there's nothing going on, and you're like, listen, I can't help you out. The court system, like, this is a civil issue.
and see, and that's another thing.
But for
Because-
every one of those, there's going to be one that is just like, oh shit, there's something serious that went on here. Like in our town, we actually had 2 high-speed pursuits go through our town
And the whole
in the
county,
past month. No, just our town in the past month.
yeah, and every
And I was
single
like,
cop.
oh shit. Well, I mean, the stats are a lot better than actually responding to a working fire.
True. But 98% of the time, when they are working fires, we're still having to push cop cars out of the way because they always park
Like,
right.
yeah, I mean, they're pretty ignorant in their parking because they'll just like park in the middle of the street and be like, oh shit, that's a big
Oh.
fire. And then throw it in park. And they're
Yeah.
like 45 degrees across both lanes.
they'll park in front of the house. Like, all right, you need to get out, bitch. You need
Yeah.
to move.
Yeah.
You're literally parked where I need to put the truck. Like, just work around me. No, move.
Now, if I were told that as a police officer, I would 100% move.
Would you though? I don't feel like you would. You'd be like, you move your
No, I
fucking
would.
truck, bud.
Oh, I
would definitely move that. Like, it's like, sorry.
Hell.
In hindsight, I should have parked somewhere else. I didn't know the fire department was coming. Like, my bad.
could see Keller being that one cop that we all know that little video on. What was it, in California, when the trooper walked over to the fire truck window and was telling the engineer to move, and the lieutenant kept on telling him, no, you're staying. Then he went and started messing with the patient. The trooper went over and arrested the lieutenant right off the
I would never
Yeah,
do
I saw
that.
that.
dude.
I would
That
never do that.
boy. Whew.
Listen,
that
if there wasn't like an active fire going on, I would literally like move my car as far away as possible. Just be like, I showed up here first because like we respond first. Made sure there was no one in the house. From that point on, like I'm gonna get the F out of your way.
Phoenix,
That's not my job.
where was that one video out of? Ontario, where that fire truck was pushing that damn cop car down the road.
Oh hell, if I know. I don't remember that.
It kind of looked like a Chicago fire truck, but he was pushing a cop car down the road because it was in his way.
I mean, that's funny.
Oh yeah, park in my way. I'm gonna push you. That's what them bumpers are for.
Yep. I would never do anything like that though.
Stand them.
It was funny that position came up again. I was just like, oh shit. Like I just applied for that in January and like all the people went through the academy by now. Like they're done, I think.
All of them are
Yeah.
fire rejects.
I'm just kind of baffled that, I mean, we're here in like early September and I took that test in like middle of January and they're already trying to hire more people because the academy is like 12 weeks. So what, that's like 3 months. So you're out until like April.
You know, it takes longer to be a paramedic than it does to be a cop.
I do know that. Yes. There's a lot more involved when you're talking about someone's personal health. We're just talking about like when to arrest someone and when to not arrest someone.
All right, but since
it doesn't take that, that's why it takes literally like a high school degree to become a cop. And that's
but you,
it.
how many times on a call do you really require an ALS unit when it can be handled by a BLS?
Yeah, probably once a year, maybe twice.
Not to cut you ladies off, I'm gonna get some Z, so yeah, have a fun rest of the night.
Take care of yourself.
But I mean, you see what I'm saying, though. It takes longer to be a medic, but I can tell you a
Yeah,
handful.
but as it should.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I also think law needs to maybe a little bit longer on certain things. Not
What they
everything.
need to do, like, if you're gonna, because like I agree to a certain extent, like
Well, not to put you
On
D 101.
on the on the day to day, I think you don't need advanced education to be a cop. Like on the day to day,
Whereas here, they need to know where they place their taser and where they place their pistol.
well, that comes to down to training. I mean,
The
that's
difference between a gunshot and an
different.
acorn, 101.
That's where the difference is. But like, I'll tell you, like someone with a college degree, I feel like there's a certain chance of me, let's say, I mean, like maybe not around here, but like, you know, a different part of the country. Let's just say, you know, I have my college degree and stuff. Like, it's not gonna comes in handy when it comes to like negotiating and like having conversations and stuff like that. But like, if you're dealing with a bad person, like, it's not gonna help you out.
I can see it. I can see
You
it.
still need to have that reactionary ability, because you could go up there and be like, you know, your registration's expired, so I'm going to pull you over for that. And I can sit there, and what I would do is look at all of, I mean, honestly, what I would do is sit there and look at all of the, you know, Massachusetts state rules for everything regarding registration.
See,
and
okay.
penalties associated with that. So that's what I would do, and that's me having a college education. But I could walk up there, and they could just pull a pistol and shoot me.
Do they have refresher courses for police officers?
Yes, they do have continuing education. But if you're talking about someone that went right out of high school into law enforcement, like, they're not going to be taking that unless they're required to.
The only reason I'm asking that is because, you know, like me being a medic, I have to every year put in.
You have to maintain, you have to maintain hours and shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
And
so for law enforcement, it's like, it's a little bit different, and it depends on your position too. So if you're just a patrol officer, you don't have to like get hours and stuff like that to renew, because
and see, I think they should.
You're at the bottom of the totem pole. Yeah, but
because even firefighters,
they can get hours, but it doesn't have to be like, it could be relevant to some aspect of policing, but it may not apply to something that's, you know, specific to them, if that makes sense. Like, you could get advanced education on, you know, like how to show up in court and prove your case, but it's got nothing to do with like how to handle a traffic stop.
Yeah, don't pull out your gun as soon as you walk up.
Right, yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you have someone that has advanced education, like college degree and stuff like that, and then decides to go into law enforcement as like a patrol officer, because that's how you're going to probably start. It's like I said, like, I went through the I did the test and all that stuff. So if I were to become an officer, if I were approaching a car, I would be sitting there thinking about all the arguments that they could make as to why their registration's expired, and then trying to counteract that in advance so I can prove them wrong. However, at the same time, they could just pull a fucking gun on me and just start firing.
Well, I mean,
and like, no level of education is going to prepare you for that.
No, like here, I mean, since you say that, hell, in near Salisbury,
it happens all the time. Of just, you go to a traffic stop, you show up, and you're just like, license, registration, and just open fire on you.
Hang on, before you say anything else, in Salisbury, right outside of Salisbury, getting near Mooresville, somebody seen somebody on the side of the road in a car, called 911. You know, EMS responds because they said it was an unconscious person in the car. They get there, the guy's drunk, so they're waiting for the cops. State trooper pulls up. Well, when the trooper pulls up, he starts shooting.
Mm-hmm.
One of the medics get injured from, you know, ducking. He didn't shoot the medic, but the guy gets out, jumps in one of the fire trucks, and takes off.
Right. So I know it's Like,
I mean,
it's a rare occurrence. Like, it really is. But it's like
this is where I'm getting at with that. So if law is also getting trained for that, why can't EMS get trained for the same thing as well? Because EMS,
law enforcement's not really getting trained for that because they're getting trained for extreme circumstances. But like, let me tell you this: like, they're not getting trained for a traffic stop in a sense where like they show up and try to have a conversation, and then someone brandishes a firearm and starts shooting. Like,
Yes,
you
but
don't really get trained for that.
I would like to see medics get armed. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You know,
I honestly, I don't have a problem against that. I would say like
because one,
maybe start with less than lethal, and then move to lethal. I don't think they should be getting lethal like right off the bat. I don't think that's appropriate.
but see, in a situation like that, medic had, instead of running and ducking for cover because they're basically
We should be doing that anyways.
Yeah, but you can also
And they were
return
fine.
at the same time.
Yeah, but they were
Same.
fine. Like, nobody died, so I wouldn't call for a precedent of allowing like armed medics. I don't think that's
No,
that
but
makes
the
sense.
situation could have turned worse. Like he could have shot the medics before the trooper even showed up.
He could have, but I think you'd have to look at the statistics of how many like medics die due to violence from the people that they're trying to treat versus the overall number of people that they treat. And I bet that number is statistically way lower than that of like law enforcement. So like, other risks, yes. Like, do you have to deal with the insane people that the police are just like essentially pawning off onto you? Yes. Like,
Every day.
yeah.
Can you put them in
Are
your
they
truck?
violent? Sometimes. But like, that's the way it's always been. That's the way it's going to continue to be. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see the stats on how many like paramedics have been killed in the line of duty. Because I bet it's not many compared to police officers.
Yeah.
I think it's probably single digits.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I mean, it might be double digits, but it's going to be low. Like, not nothing in comparison to police officers. So, yeah, they're going to dump off a bunch of shit on you. But, like, and it does suck for you to take that on, but at the same time, I would argue, like, the job responsibilities changed a bit.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be getting, like, you know, saving a heart attack victim every single time you respond to a call, or like you know, your ideal situation for a call. Like, it's gonna be shit.
I plugged
And
pomegranate.
the same thing applies to like fire, and the same thing applies to police. Like, shit's getting wild now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't expect any kind of like, I don't know, like expectation of like, you need to handle this. Like, going back to the flight stuff, like, you need to handle this before we can get them to go. And it's like everyone's doing stuff differently now. There's going to be a big disconnect. It's unfortunate. It sucks. And the ultimate payer is the victim. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
sorry for dominating that conversation.
Oh no, you're good. Trust me.
Well, I'm sure that's the last place that Phoenix wanted to go to.
Nah, I'm sitting here listening while I'm stocking my store.
Jeez. He's like, yeah, that's wrong.
So you talk about whatever the hell you want. It is interesting. We are in a very unique time right now. The next 2 years are going to be super critical.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, I think this election is going to be critical.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
How-
If a certain someone wins, I'm full on board that our election system's rigged.
Trump.
But we already know that.
No.
Like,
Really?
If Trump doesn't win, our election process is totally rigged.
What? No. No.
Dude, Tim Walz is such a fucking scumbag. His whole family dislikes him. And that's going to be the second most powerful person.
Trump.
An equal number of people dislike Kamala.
There's 0% chance that Trump's winning. And me being like out of the two presidents or presidential candidates, like I'm Trump solely based on economical stuff, and I'm kind of concerned about some of the shit that he's talking about.
I don't see.
I don't
see there's any chance of Kamala winning this. I don't see it.
Oh, you're delusional, my man.
No, you're delusional. You think she actually stands a chance. There are so many people who are, I'd say, middle of the row and even left leaning. Like, of course, you know, she's got all the hard leaning.
He effed up by picking his vice president like that.
No, that helped him. That helped him.
That's a sick human being.
A lot of people like him.
That's a sick human being.
How's he a sick human being?
Listen, I voted for Trump last time, all right? So
you mean to tell me that Vance is
worse? I want to vote
vote
for him again, but I'm having a hard time.
You mean to tell me Vance is worse than Pence?
I'm saying no.
Yeah. Vance is a piece of shit, 100%.
Explain.
He's completely against abortion.
So is Pence.
I never said I was for Pence either.
But you just said he's worse. You said Vance is worse than Pence.
I think, given if we were in a situation that we were for the last election, Pence caved. I don't think this guy will.
And that's where he gets the respect, because they want someone who's not going to. They're going to stick to his guns.
You really think that the last election should have been contested?
I don't know about the last election, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like Joe Biden was an established politician and an actual candidate.
He is.
I feel like
super surprised to find out today that Cheney is alive. I was very surprised to find
he's
that
a fucking vampire. How are you
Dude,
surprised a vampire?
Shit. Like,
yeah, he's a fucking vampire.
Dick Cheney's still alive. Dude should have been dead like 10 years ago.
But
and he's like, "Oh,
he is the most gangster politician we ever." Imagine shooting somebody in the face and having them apologize to you. He's a fucking gangster.
Yeah, but he's voting for Harris, so
I'll believe that when I see that. Where'd you get that information from?
listen.
If he's voting Harris, that's a
he is. He is.
great
That's
reason to vote for
confirmed.
Trump because he was a corrupt little fucker.
Well,
he was super.
name one of them that ain't corrupt. Because not a
Yeah,
single
name
one
a
of them
politician
was
that's not corrupt. All right.
Well, okay, varying levels of corruption. He was like he had his hands in a lot of shit.
I mean,
No, he was.
one of them was freaking not
He was
worth
on insider trading before insider trading was a thing.
I honestly think that the Pauls are not corrupt. I feel like they're the ones that have always stood against every
What,
fucking
like
thing.
Rand?
Rand and Ron Paul, like they've made their money. They don't need it. They're fucking surgeons, still doing surgery while in office. Well,
I know, but you
Ron's
don't think that-
retired. But I feel like I don't think they're corrupt. I think that's probably the most.
You don't think that Cheneys are corrupt?
Oh, Cheney's corrupt.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. Both Liz Cheney, his daughter, and surprisingly, former Vice President Cheney is still alive, and they're both voting for Harris.
Let me Google that.
Like, there's some, I don't know. There's some shit going on. There's some weird shit going on. I don't like it. And I compare this to giant turd or a giant turd and douche sandwich. South Park.
Oh, I'm full on crackers.
Like, you don't have an option that's going to benefit you.
Yeah, we do. Our benefits better than what we are right now. And that's Trump. You compare our
No,
your life, the last 4 years, and then the 4 years under his presidency. Which one was better?
the difference is, I don't know how up to date you
Son
are
of a
with
bitch.
the South Park. The member berries. Remember?
What's South Park got to do with last?
The member berries.
I'm not up to date with South Park, so
It's the same thing. Like, you remember, like, just slightly after COVID hit and, like, everyone was doing great. Like, it was awesome. So everyone equates the
COVID.
good economy with Trump, but that's actually not the case. So he touts that the economy was at its highest when he was president, which is true. But he didn't have to deal with, like, the end repercussions of the pandemic. So think about it. Like, he was only president until what, like 2020? And then Biden took over.
meow.
Sorry, that's my cat.
Like, he has a bunch of issues that he needs to resolve. he
All of them.
only
The whole-
improved the economy prior to the pandemic, and like during the early stages of the pandemic. Like he didn't have to deal with the repercussions.
What's up, emergency guy? Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Like, he was gone. And then Biden had to deal with like all the inflation, all that shit.
What did I do with my flower? Oh, wait. Did I put it on an end cap? Yeah, I did.
So you can't really hold it against him. And you also like can't blame him.
Mr. Wash.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, he didn't cause any of that stuff though. So that's kind of my point is like, listen, first time around I voted for Trump. And it worked out well for me. Like, I had no negative repercussions from that. This time around, I honestly, I don't know. Like,
You're
I
sitting
want
here
to,
telling
but
me, as a Republican, you feel more
I'm not a
comfortable.
Republican.
You're right-leaning. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm a registered independent.
Okay, so as an independent, you feel that Kamala is better in office than what Trump would be.
This time around, yeah.
You're
But
fucking high.
I'm still not going to vote for her.
You're fucking high.
No. Hear me out.
No, you're fucking high.
I don't believe in anything that she's talking about at all. I think that, like, their big claim is that he's going to be a threat on democracy.
Yeah, their biggest
Well,
argument. He's
I
going to
view-
tear it down. He's going to tear a country apart. Did he the first
Well, I
time?
mean,
No.
Well, he tried to.
How? If you bring
All
up
the shit.
January 6th, I swear to God.
All the deals with Russia and China. Like, all those deals are just... They were detrimental to our economy. Like, it
What the fuck are you smoking, bud?
didn't do well, and the only thing he was doing was like making deals with Putin.
He wasn't making deals with Putin. He was threatening Putin, which...
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah,
threatening.
have
was
you
making
not
deals with
heard
Putin.
everything that they've come out from behind closed doors? He was threatening Putin, like, you work with me or I'm gonna fuck your shit up. And Putin was
Yes,
like,
but here's the point.
Putin
is
himself
that
said
we
he
don't wanna
was
work.
he was
we don't wanna
afraid
work with
that
Putin.
Trump would do what he would say.
Yes, there's a reason why they just put sanctions on Russia for interfering with elections, because
And it came out that the Russians were trying to get the Democrats elected. So yeah, it did. They interfered with our election and in favor of the Democrats. That's come out. That's facts.
all right, I'll have to
So,
look that up. But
why-
I don't believe that initially. I don't.
Yep, that's the whole investigation. It came out that there was an interference, but it was in favor of the Democrats.
Yeah.
That's who Putin wants in office because he can just do whatever the fuck
No,
he wants.
Trump in He wants Trump in office so he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Did he do whatever the fuck he wants under Trump? No,
Yeah.
because he knew. No,
Yeah.
he didn't. The whole invasion of Ukraine would have never happened if Trump was still in office.
No, that's not true. No.
Yeah, 100% is. Look it up, bud.
No.
Don't go down this road with me. This one is you
I
are
will. I
wrong,
will.
hardcore
I
wrong.
will. I
Because
will, because the second that he didn't win the presidency, didn't get reelected, that's when Putin decided to invade Ukraine. It was
because he
literally
knew
like
he could
3
get
months
away
after.
with it.
Yes. Because he knew that Democrats weren't going to do anything about that.
So you're arguing my point right now.
Yeah, I guess I am. Because he's just like, worst case scenario, what are you going to do? What are you gonna fight me? You want to get into a world war?
Yeah, and Putin doesn't want that, and he thinks that Trump might be crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, I guess this time around, not last time around.
No, last time around. That's why. And
Yeah, but that's why.
say what you want about Putin, but Putin does respect someone who has a backbone. And Trump had a backbone, and he wasn't being pushed over and doing whatever Putin.
This time around, the Democrats will actually maybe do something about it.
Fuck no, Kamala ain't gonna do shit about it. What are you smoking, bud?
Well, the opposite argument is that if Trump gets elected, he's just going to let him continue to do what the hell he wants.
No, he's not.
Did you actually, hang on, sorry, I'm going to interfere on this. Did you actually hear when Trump was sitting there with that reporter and she said, are you in favor of Ukraine or Russia? And he's like, I just want it to end. I just want people to stop dying.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
There was a deal in place. There was this, you can look this shit up. There was a deal in place to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Both sides had agreed to it. And the Biden administration went in there and stirred the shit up, and both of them walked away. That's on record. Biden is somehow profiting off of this shit. And if you can't see that with all his history and shady shit that's surrounded Ukraine before he even got in office, there's no hope for you there.
Well, I guess my point is that all right. My point is that neither party, I want none of them. At all. They're all pieces of shit in their own way.
Oh,
just like you're putting
you're putting
a lot of emphasis on the reason why you dislike Vance is because he's against abortion. But they're not banning abortion. They're putting it back to states, which a lot of people want. Especially if you're independent. If you're especially independent, you should agree with that. To push the issue back to the states. You don't want a two-party system, correct?
No, but the difference is in what we're already seeing here in Massachusetts is the states that have already it's been banned, they're coming up here.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
We don't want that. We don't want them because they're just going to live here.
But you want to help people get what they want, right? So you can't have it both ways.
It's not having it both ways. It's just make it put the shit back to where it was. Why did you fuck with it in the first place?
Because that's what everybody wanted for the longest time, for it to be pushed back to the states.
That.
Yeah, they did. You do realize the reason why they wanted that out is just so that the whole federal government can wipe their hands of it. They're just like, we're not saying what can and can't be done with a woman's body, we'll let you decide. You'll let the states decide. And the states are deciding. Like, it is what it is. If you don't like your states...
Yeah, but nobody's going to live in those states anymore.
A lot of people will live in the states.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to live in those states where they just get raped.
Texas is banning it, and there's a lot of people still moving to Texas. Like, all those people from California...
Because of the cost of living.
They're not, yeah, of course. They're not going to move there because of those laws. People are still going to live there. They don't care.
They're not moving there because of that. They're moving there because it's cheap to live there, and they're going to have to deal with the repercussions. So it's like, if you want to live there, you have to deal with, like, all this bullshit. And some of them are willing to take that risk.
Well, see, where I personally stand on it is...
sit there and tell me that's like makes sense. Like the country that you live in, it can't control that kind of bullshit. Come on.
Exactly. So they're wiping it off their books. So they have no control over it anymore. It's in control of the states. So why? I don't get what your issue is here. If your state where you live don't like it, you can move
to a different state,
or
yeah, but the states that the
take
only
precautions
states that
to make sure that doesn't
happen. States that you don't want to live in. So, like, let's say you grow up in Mississippi, and that happens.
But I think the one thing you're being hung up on, or a lot of states are allowing exceptions for certain cases. They're not just outright banning it. Yes, there are some very, very, very.
I believe you should be able to look whenever you want. Whenever you want. You should
that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a resort. And if it is, pay for it with your own money. Don't pay for it with taxpayer money. That's the simple.
It's not taxpayer money. It's the ability to do it in general.
But that's the thing. A lot of people who are on that are getting those are on federal government assistance, and government's paying for it.
No, let's put it in terms of like Massachusetts. Like, what if my wife and I got pregnant and it wasn't intentional, and there's stuff that we want to do? Like, we should be able to have, like, because it's our
take precautions. There's a million ways.
There's so many things
to make sure you don't get pregnant. And if it accidentally happens, then deal with it then. But you should take precautions. It shouldn't be an option
for you to get pregnant in the first place. What if you have like fertility issues?
So what's that have to do with the abortion? I'm confused.
It's like if you know that there's issues in advance, so you have to start trying as soon as possible. Then you get pregnant, but it's not like you're not in the right circumstances. I mean, like we have a perfect example of this. Of like, one of our goals was to have a house before we had kids, but
excuse me.
Prior to that, we decided we were just like,
I want to put sugar in the
situation, like we're old, and if we want to have kids, we're gonna have to start trying. But like, what if we have a kid and it's before we're like fiscally able to take care of the kid or something like that?
Well, don't try until you're able to. They have birth control for a reason.
Well, I just stated the fact that, like, we've been trying to get a house, and it's impossible to get a fucking house.
What's that to do with birth control?
All right. Well, I guess this is going to be one of those things that we don't agree on. So,
I don't compute how it's impossible to get a house has anything to do with taking birth control.
It's about money.
Okay.
Your ability to have a child and then buy a house based on costs.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Again,
you and I are going to.
You don't have to try to have a baby if you can't afford it. There are other measures to help you prevent from getting pregnant.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is going to be something that you and I disagree on. And that's fine.
You're just not giving me anything that you're not making any sense right now.
Okay. It doesn't have to make sense to you. It's something between my wife and I.
I understand your arguments. I'm saying there's other measures other than getting pregnant, having an abortion. There's ways
just saying, like,
to prevent from getting pregnant.
We can't just instantly assume that when we start trying to have a kid that we're just going to have a kid like month number 1. So, like.
So you're saying in an event that you change your mind?
Yeah.
Well, you should be 100% certain that you're ready before you start trying.
Or in the event that like something comes up, or I don't know. I honestly don't see why it in any circumstance. Like, it's your own effing choice.
And that's why they're allowing the states to decide.
Right.
You can vote on it.
Oh, I get that. Like, I don't know. I guess it comes down to, like, and again, like where you and I differ, it's just like it comes down to the individual person's opinion of what they want and what they feel their
I'm putting it
rights
this way,
are.
and maybe this will help you understand my perspective of where it's coming from, as being somebody who has been, knows someone who has been through it and the repercussions that come from it. I feel like that should never be an option, because it does fuck people up, believe it or not. And a lot of times it's definitely the young that get fucked up more about it. And now, wait, now they have it so your kid doesn't even have to tell you about it. So your kid can go have an abortion, and then you have to deal with that, the repercussions of that, and how it fucks them up.
I'm a generation away from that, so
and I'm
not worried about that.
There's no assistance there, if that makes any sense. I see how it's fucked people up, and I don't think that should be an option. I guess if it is, and I've told you this before, that I feel like in cases of the R word, in cases of incest, which kind of falls under that, because I don't think anyone really.
Some people do. It's weird.
Yeah, outside of Alabama, I don't think
Mississippi.
That falls into that. And then, when it affects the mother's health, like nobody should ever have to choose between my baby or me. I completely understand that. Like those exceptions,
no, you're right
I completely understand. My problem is,
you're right to an extent.
My problem is, it's too many people have been using it as a form of birth control, especially the low income, where a lot of them are on medical assistance from the state or such. And I just don't feel like
an educated person. Like, we're both educated, and like our decision would be like, if there's a chance that like that kid won't have like a decent quality of life, right? So let's imagine that the kid's going to be quadriplegic and requiring like ICU care, standard, right? Like, if you knew that,
but you don't know that. And
there's a lot of tests that you can do that can predict that kind of stuff.
it can say, yeah, you're going to have these genes and stuff, but you don't know for sure that's going to be the issue.
So my wife worked in the MICU at Children's Hospital in Boston for the longest time. So she was dealing with like the people that would come over from overseas with like complicated births and all that stuff. Like they were all presented with that option, and they all, most of them, decided to do whatever it took. But the quality of life was basically like, this kid's gonna literally live in the hospital and have to be like chest PT'd all the time, meaning like they would have to like remove like mucus and fluid and stuff from their chest via a tube all the time. Like no quality of life. The person's essentially like not going to contribute to society at all. So like, but knowing that, which the majority of the people did and went through with it, like, would you want that for your child?
I'd give him a fighting chance.
Yeah, but knowing that it could be nothing more than that. Like, at all. Like, that's going to be their life. They're going to live their life in a hospital. Having to get chest PT.
I'd give him a fighting chance.
Not functioning.
I'd give him a fighting chance.
A fighting chance for what? What are they fighting for?
Because you don't know that's what's going to happen until the baby's born.
No,
there's been
understandably.
I've also come
you
from
don't know that until.
I also come from a part where
once you get to that point, like what are you supposed to do? Keep that kid alive for, I don't know. It's also a shortened lifespan, so it's going to be like 30 years at max. But like in that condition, with like a tube in its throat and not being able to function.
No, you make that decision early on. If the child, if you give birth and then there's some clear signs, a lot of people just let the child live out. Yeah, after birth. A lot of people just let the child live out how many hours it has without assistance and bury it and be done. Well, they're not done because that's something they'll deal with for the rest of their life. But you know what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was like, oh, damn.
Exactly what Funny said.
I know what
I
you're
give them
saying.
the fighting chance, but they have to decide they couldn't function. They will have a DNR.
Well, they actually don't even get to the point where they can decide if they have a DNR, and that's the problem.
I've had a few friends that have
they don't get to have wishes or anything like that. Like, you're fully responsible. These are children. Like, you're fully responsible.
I also, like I said, I've also had the experience. Well, I haven't personally had the experience, but I have friends that have had those experiences where there's been a couple of friends of mine that have had children that have only lived, a day,
Same.
3 days,
Same.
and none of them would go back and change that. They still, like, if a test said, hey, your child's going to come out and probably not live very long, they'd still do it again in a heartbeat. Fine. So, like, I guess it depends on how.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right to a certain extent. It's just where that stuff comes into play for me. Like, I'm very risk averse. So, like, we were talking about.
You're a fucking risk analysis guy. Like,
we were even talking about, like, because, like, we're older. I mean, like, we're in our mid-30s and having kids, technically, it's a high risk.
Yeah, you're going to have more complications.
It's a high-risk birth. Yeah, there's a potential for that. So, like, my wife, like, started taking, like, supplements and stuff to minimize that. But, like, even then, there's a chance. And, like,
as a a guy who we had
And
a miscarriage.
Our friend has a kid that's on the spectrum, and
Dude,
it's like
we're on the spectrum.
My cat's enough. Like,
but
try to get on it. Like, I couldn't deal with. I couldn't deal with their kid. I couldn't.
I think you need to step out of that way of thinking because, like I said, as someone as in a relationship,
can't do that.
I understand it's hard for you to do, but
like I also need to have a quality of life, and that's gonna just fucking put it in the tanks.
I wouldn't let the fear of something like that happen stop you from trying. If you truly do want it, again, there's people out there that don't ever want to have kids, and that's perfectly fine.
Well,
that's their choice.
That's me. I don't.
But if there's ever if you ever want to have a child, I wouldn't let that fear stop you. Like I said,
See, my problem is I don't want to have kids. It's not something that interests me. But
I mean, that's your and that's perfectly okay. Just
my wife does, and I feel like it's like it's like I can figure it out. I can do it. However, my biggest concern for not wanting kids is just the level of like percentage for like spectrum disorders is so high. It's just like I don't want to deal with that. If there was no chance of that, I would definitely have kids.
There's always going to be a chance, but you shouldn't let that make you fear.
No, because I'm looking at what they're dealing with, my friends, and I'm just like, hell no, absolutely not. Like
but you say that now, but if you were they were probably thinking the same thing before that child came along. And then once the child comes along, that's part of you. And
say like,
you fucking step the hell up. Trust me. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that though.
I
don't think you know me as well as you think. I'll be like, F that. It sucks.
No, you want to know how I know you're wrong in this situation?
Let's get another kid, and
you want to know
good at sports.
You want to know how I know you're wrong in this situation?
Yeah.
You're taking care of special needs cat. You said fuck no to that cat 100 times, and you're considering getting 2 more.
I'm doing that for my wife.
Exactly. You love your wife.
I can't do everything. Can't do everything for her.
If you can take care of a special needs cat that fucking shits hair and drags it all, you got the whole parent thing nailed.
Yeah. My problem is I don't like that.
If you can join the stream every week, you can deal with special need kid.
You fucking deal with Brandon. Like you're already pre-qualified. He's definitely on the spectrum.
Listen, my difference is that I just I don't like it.
There ain't no difference. But we're here. We're all special needs.
Yeah, I don't like it. If I had a choice, listen, I need to be social. My wife
you
has
do
told
become
me that.
social. It's just your kids' friends, their parents become your friends. That's how that works.
Yeah, I don't care to interact with them. No, I don't think you understand how much being a parent just means nothing to me. I don't like it. I don't have any interest. But we're gonna do it.
And when that time does come, if it does come,
LOL.
after after the first couple of years, you're gonna be like, you know what? Phoenix was right about this. No. And I'm gonna get you the shirt that I got my wife.
No, there's.
If at first
there's
it doesn't
0%
work,
chance.
you should have listened to what Kyle told you the first time.
No, there's 0% chance.
Did you
Like,
really
I
get
don't,
hurt?
I don't think you understand. Like, I fully wanted to go through my life without having children.
And I mean, there's people like that.
Yep, that's me.
But did you guys have that conversation before you like got married?
Yeah.
Damn.
We
Damn.
never.
He hesitated. Yes, that was a no.
No, we did. But we still got married anyways. Where I said, I was like, nope, that's not something I want to do. And she was like, yep, that's something I want to do. And we're both just like, all right, we'll figure it out at some point. At some point.
And Macarena. Hi.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll figure it out.
And all you did by buying this house is speed up the process. You know that, right?
Yeah, I also already caved.
He's already been figuring it out.
Yeah, I was just like, listen, if we're gonna have I mean, she's 35 too, so it's like, if we're gonna have kids, we're gonna have kids. So might as well just like do it now, get it over with.
I bet she says that every time you ask. Because if we're going to do it, might as well do it now.
Yeah, I know that was it's a really attractive statement, but it's like,
I mean, yeah.
no, it's just like realistically, like, come on, like, if that's what you want, fine.
Look, I come from my wife got pregnant twice on 2 different birth controls. And there's even been moments after she got her tubes tied that there's been like, and I'm like, maybe I should sell my swimmers because they're like super strength. We were not trying to have kids, and my wife got pregnant twice of 2 different birth controls. It kind of fell. I kind of got tossed into that scenario.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it at all. And like I said, our first one was a miscarriage, and it didn't prevent us from like
trying again.
But we weren't even trying. But we weren't like, we knew we wanted to have another kid. We actually wanted to have another one, but you know, certain circumstances, and we knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So we settled on the one.
Yeah, that's where we're getting at. It's just like, just we'll figure it out. Do what we're gonna do. And then if it gets to a point, like I said, like 6 months from now, then we're gonna have to, like, because she's gonna be like, 36. Then it's gonna require someone like intervening a little bit. Because, like, technically, we old.
Yeah, we ain't getting younger.
Yeah, like a couple 36-year-olds trying to have a kid. You kidding me?
I won't even tell you how old my mother was when she had me.
I mean, like, I thought my parents were old. Like, my mom was 33 when she had me. And I thought that was old. And I was just looking at like 36. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, there's definitely a good chance this kid's going to be messed up.
Hell, according to my dad, I was a double disappointment because I wasn't supposed to happen. So, when I did show up, I was like, they're like, and then the early sonograms were saying I was supposed to be a girl. So, like, my first outfit,
That makes sense. I can
the
track that.
outfit I was supposed to take, I was supposed to wear home from the hospital was pink. I came out. My dad was disappointed. He had another boy instead of a girl, and I was just like, "Well,
It's
thanks,
a very
Dad.
small penis.
Thanks. Hey, it gets the job done. Doesn't hit the bomb, but it fucks the sides up."
Ah, jeez. I hate talking about all this stuff. She's talking about fun stuff. This is lame.
Only you talking about tiny penises are lame.
No, I mean I'll fully tell you, like, spot on. Like, you got the girth, you're good.
It's not
I'm
the
out.
size of the boat; it's the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, just get some girth in there, and you're good to go.
My nickname in high school wasn't tuna can for no reason.
There's a reason why they called me my frat. They called me the girth monster.
God. Now he's up there bragging. Yeah, boys, I got you beat.
No, I never said that. I never said that. I don't have anyone beat.
Most relate to
because like
Girth
I wouldn't
Brooks.
show my penis to men, so
I wouldn't either.
girth Brooks. That's good.
I always found that weird how many of the people like I played sports with were so eager to jump in the shower butt ass naked together. And I was just like,
Yep.
nah, I'm good. I'll go home and
Football
take a
team.
shower.
Football team, high school, they're just like super willing to shower with each other, and I was just like, nah, like I don't understand. Like I will, like I did. And I was like, why do?
Been there, done that. Ain't
Why
like I
is this
have.
part of like the bonding process? Because like it's high school, so you're definitely gonna tell every female about
The girth monster.
every D that you. Oh yeah, I mean that's how that went around.
Oh, so that's how it went around. All right. Now we know.
Yeah, but it's just like we don't need to share about this. Like I thought, my personal opinion, I was just like, you keep everything to yourself. But yeah, that was not the case. So yeah, junior year was the worst year of my life, and then I left the school senior year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call the stream here. If you guys did like the stream, do me a huge favor, leave a like down below. It does help me out so very much, and I do
People are
appreciate it so very
mean.
much.
Straight up mean.
If you guys do want to see future live streams, be sure to click that subscribe button.
Like,
If
there was
you
a
guys
kid
be
that-
notified whenever to go live or upload a video, click the notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
It was embarrassing for somebody.